music I listen to would make you cry.
And Rosenberg.
I expect to be called ball coach.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3:01 in the big city.
There you go.
With Don La Greca and Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. 800-919-3776 is the number. I said this last night on the postgame show on MSG. And I just said, if you never watched basketball and went to that game last night, and at the end of that game I told you, these are two of the better teams in the East and two of the best teams in the NBA, you would think basketball is a horrible sport. I mean, Donnie, that was an awful basketball game. Someone had to win it. Cleveland did.
We hyped up a hot heap of trash.
Like, are you kidding me? Like that's what Pito said that. He's like, we really hyped this thing up, and then
you're getting two of the best teams in the league.
Oh my God! Like you would think that they'd be playing for something, and it was a throwaway game up in Rochester. Like it was just one of those nights that nothing was going right. Ugly basketball, and now I need other people to tell me what they see because I don't know anymore. This is the most mercurial team that I think I've ever been around.
Well, I will say this, and I believe, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong or if you disagree, that I've defended this team and I believed in this team, and I always talked about not same old Knicks and all that, and I do believe they're a really good team. What they continue to prove to you in a big spot is they're not a championship team. Now, they may take advantage of Indiana and Boston's situation with their injured players. And maybe there's the feeling that the East is a little bit more wide open than it should be going into the season.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't play consistent enough for me to believe this team can win a championship. They just don't. You know, a no-show against Detroit, a no-show against Cleveland, but then they'll show up and look like the best team in the world. Like, I'll lock it. They beat the Spurs Sunday. Lock. Because that's a game, for some reason, they'll ratchet it up. But there's just too many nights off. There's too much inconsistency to make me believe that they're going to be able to string together 16 wins and win a championship.
So are you feeling last night was some level of vindication for what Stephen A. said last week?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely added fuel. Now, I think he was more specific to they can't beat Detroit.
Sure.
What I'm saying is, yeah.
Now you can't beat Cleveland.
But and I just think that they're just maddeningly inconsistent.
Yeah.
There's too many. Like I said, they'll beat the Spurs. They'll crush the Lakers like they did on national television a couple of weeks ago. But then, just when you're ready to fall in love, just when you're ready to bend a knee and show them the ring and make the commitment, they do what they did last night, or they do what they did against the Detroit Pistons.
So let me ask you the question.
Peter.
Let me ask you the question. I'm going to ask it to both of you. Is it fair at this point to start looking at Mike Brown? Or is this who the team was last year? That is the main question I have. Is this who they were under Tibbs? And then because this is who they were, they went and cried about it and got Tibbs up out of here.
That's a great question.
Now they brought in someone else and they're the same group. Or is it, Don, that they are actually a worse team and unable to come up in big spots because of Mike Brown?
Wow.
It's a great question.
It really is a great question because that's the biggest change that was made is that. And Karl-Anthony Towns has a great weekend, has everybody believing that maybe he's turned the corner. He goes 4 for 4 in the first quarter. Doesn't take another shot until the second half. Takes one shot. One. That's it. 29 minutes. One shot.
Well, the third quarter was 11 points, right?
Yeah.
Well, so I mean,
and he was playing. He was out. He was on the floor.
But when you have horrible third quarters, if it's the NFL,
well, they don't. Now that's one thing I will say.
In general,
what happened last night? Usually, they're a very good third quarter team.
So what happened?
Like I said.
What did he say? What did they do in there?
I don't know. Here's his answer to what happened in the third quarter because honestly, it just looked like they couldn't make a shot.
Again, our pace was not good at all, whether in the full court or even in the half court. I mean, they scored 23 points, and we scored 11. And so, there were some things that we could have done better defensively, granted, but our offense was non-existent in terms of the pace, our ability to touch the paint, play off a two, and spray the basketball, us making quick, decisions with it, whether to shoot it or to drive it or move it. All that stuff came to play in that third quarter for us offensively.
That sounds like a team that didn't have enough intensity, didn't have the right intensity to play. Coming out of the half, never mind how they looked throughout the first half. They were 1 for 10 from 3 in that quarter. 1 for 10 from 3. They couldn't make a 3. And that's the thing I worry about the most. When they don't make their threes, something affects them, a different team. But the question is fair because, that's the only change they've made. So there's going to be a lot of people looking at Mike Brown. Now, my theory is this, and you guys can tell me if I'm crazy. I'm going to try to find an optimistic theory. So here it is. Tom Thibodeau drove this team night after night after night. No nights off, back-to-back, nobody's resting. We're playing. We play to win tonight. We worry about tomorrow another day, right? Like, that was always his way. Drove this team hard. And a lot of people thought that in the playoffs, that kind of hard driving during the regular season eventually caught up to them in the postseason. That was the theory about Tom Thibodeau. Mike Brown comes in. I don't see him driving this team hard.
No.
He coaches them. It's not like he's being, sitting back. But when they have nights like this, you heard him. But you heard how he's talking. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. Like, okay, you told us what didn't happen. What was going on mentally with your team? Is this him saying, this is February? Might look like a big game on the board, but I need this team to be healthy and strong, and this is a veteran team. Veteran teams do this where they're like, man, you guys think this is a big game. I'm a week off from coming back from the beach, so I'm not right yet. I'm not ready to care every single night. Is this sort of the difference in coaching? One coach is driving them every night. The other coach is like, I'll push in April. This is not the time
so you're saying,
to push these guys.
So
that's all I got.
Well, no, and
all I got.
The annoying part about that, and it's totally reasonable, but the annoying part is that means we can't really have the Mike Brown conversation until after the playoffs.
or a Nick conversation.
Or I'm wrong.
I'm wrong. You might be, but we won't know, Don, until we get to the playoffs, and they're more up for it.
The answer is never just one thing. The one thing to defend Mike Brown is I don't think he's doing anything wrong. It's just that maybe it's not about the coach. Maybe Thibodeau drove them because he knew, hey, I know this group, and you got to do that with them because if you're not on them, they're going to take nights off, and obviously that bothered them and it weakened them down the stretch. And then comes Mike Brown, and when you fire one coach, the next guy that comes in is supposed to be the polar opposite, right?
Yep.
When you've got a guy like Thibodeau, you bring in a player's coach the next time around, but it's the same things happening. It's just looking different. It's not the same reasons. It's not the same breakdown. They don't play as well defensively. It's a different system. So it's not really system. It's just that it's about the players just deciding that they're not going to bring it every night. And the same thing is starting to happen. Thibodeau's way of doing it is drive them harder. Mike Brown's like, just lay off them. Come April, we'll hit the switch, we'll get on them. And we'll find out, to Peter's point, let's see if it works come April. I know from following sports as long as I have, when you keep flipping the switch on and off, at some point, you flip it on and it doesn't come back on.
Mm-hmm.
You short-circuit things when if you go into a room, keep flicking the switch on and off, eventually the light's going to go off
You pop
and stay
the circuit.
off.
Right.
Because you go to turn it back on. Like I said, book it. They're beating the Spurs. Book it. Book it.
No. Don't say it. Don't talk about it. Go on FanDuel and show us something.
Do it.
You. You're
Right.
booking it.
Right.
What you want me to do? I can do it for you. My account's active. You want to give me the money?
Lock it.
Lock it.
3 bills, not $100.
Okay, 3 bills or 300 bills? I mean, $300 or $100?
Well,
feel that good about it. What is even the spread?
I'm going to tell you right now.
It is. Tell me I'm wrong. It's a lock. And then they'll lose to Utah in a couple of weeks. Like that. Because that's what's crazy about it. And I'm sorry.
This team has
Inconsistency is one of the number one killers of championships. Because you've got to find some consistency, and they just don't. They don't do it.
And not only that, it's one of the number one signs that a team's not a championship team.
Yes.
We talk about that.
Or they're just not connect. Like whatever it is.
Something's off.
That's it. It's just something's off because the Towns thing, that's the one that really got me. Got off to a good start. 4 for 4 or whatever it was. 4 for 4. First quarter. Now they weren't great in the first quarter, but it was all right. You were figuring, all right, they got to get some rhythm. Brunson wasn't good from start to finish. He had a bad game. And all of a sudden, Towns didn't shoot. And that's when I think the coach thing comes in. Because a lot of times the coach thing will be, hey, we're running our offense and it's up to the player to be aggressive. But doesn't there have to be a moment after this weekend and seeing the numbers that he was able to put up and trying to get him right, that you bang a timeout in the second quarter when he hasn't shot the ball in 3 minutes, and you sit down and you sit right in front of him and you go, you here? You going to play? Like, you want the ball? Like, let's go. And maybe you do have to call his number. Maybe every now and then it's like, all right, I need to call his number. I need to get him on the post, and I need to get him going. And that doesn't happen. And that's when I question the coach. Like, I was wondering what Mike Brown was going to say to that. The fact that 4 shots in the first half, only 1 in the second half that they couldn't score. I'm not talking about defense, because their defense held them to 49 points in the second half. I think it was 52 in the first half. Like this was not a defensive issue. He scored 11 points in the third quarter. Like, this was a bigger issue with offense, flow, and your best players not having. Remember what Shaq said to Towns? You got to be dominant every night. Mm-hmm. Brunson's going to get all the credit all the time, fine. But you have to be dominant for this team to win. And this was almost like a choice to just not be dominant against a team of 2 soft big men who also did not really have great games. So here's Mike Brown when asked about, like, could you have gotten Towns more opportunities on offense?
Yeah, I know for sure. And we, no matter what we did, we either turned the ball over or we had a tough shot. And so we made some play calls tonight, but we didn't generate anything from the calls that we made.
So he's saying, I did call plays for the guy. We got nothing out of it. So that's where this team is right now. Still trying to find itself, and we're almost in March. That's the frustrating thing about this team. And I think I've said this before, their great and their bad is the widest gap of any of the contending teams, in my opinion. It's such a large gap between those two extremes of who they are that you honestly don't know from night to night what are you going to get. Even from half to half. Like, you saw the Rockets game. From half to half, you didn't know what you were going to get.
Yeah.
So
that's a problematic thing.
It is
lack of identity.
Hard
is a problem.
to trust a team like this is what you guys are saying, and I agree.
And that Rocket game was kind of a microcosm of the Celtics series from last year, because there was inconsistency there too, but they found a way to fight back, and maybe they believed themselves a little bit too much. Maybe they're reading their press clippings. They believe they're a team that can play with their food because they're that good. Well, we'll see. We'll to Peter's point, we'll see come April.
Yep.
Because now you're not going to be able to take nights off.
No.
It's a best-of-7 series, and we'll see. This might cost them a chance to finish with the 2 seed. Or are they just looking at the schedule going, all right, we'll go 5-5 in the gauntlet, but look how easy the rest of the schedule is going to be, and we'll be fine. We'll finish as a 2 seed. You don't have to worry about us falling to the 4. Maybe that's the case. But whoever they play, if you decide to take nights off and you lose games you're not supposed to, that's how you lose series.
Yeah. I can tell you, these guys don't look at the schedule. Half the time you're like, oh, next week when you're here, I don't even know who we play next week. Like, they don't really do that.
But do they? I agree with you. But do they know this is the hard part? But then it gets easier. Maybe they don't know where or who. Right. But they've been told, hey guys, these first 10 games coming out of the break are going to be a beast. But don't worry, after those 10, it's you can cruise. That could have been said.
You're going to hate this. But what I think this team does is they see, wait, we got 3 games in 4 nights on the road, back to back, and then we go play again. So that's now what is that? 4 games in 6 nights on the road. Yeah, it's like it's almost like that. That's the part where they want to they'd rather dial back instead of fight through it, because the toughness of the schedule wears you down, and they know. One thing I know this team felt when they left last year's series against the Pacers is they felt like we did not have enough in the tank. And that's probably one of the main reasons why Tom Thibodeau is no longer the coach. And that's something that I'm wondering, and that could also come back to haunt them, because you need to be sharp when April comes, not figuring it out, not ramping it up then. So there's so much about this team we don't know, and every time they do or they win or lose, we think we know. But it is, like I said, I'm open to anybody else's opinion on this, because I watch this team every single game. And what I watched last night, I just kept shaking my head like not a single guy is like, I'm not letting this happen. Not a single guy said, wait, the Cavs, look at the way they're playing. They are ready to be taken. We could have easily won this game. Not one guy's like, I'm not letting us lose this game.
Isn't that supposed to be the Alvarado edge?
Yeah, he wasn't good either. That's what I mean. Like, it was everything about it was weird. Guys like him weren't punchy enough. It just, I don't know what to make of
But
this.
if this is the case, and again, the glass half full of what you're saying is that it's a choice. It's a conscious choice to not bring it every night. So don't worry. Come April, we'll be fine, and we'll turn it back on, and we'll keep it on. But what if the inconsistency is not by choice? It's just something that's in them, and they can't play consistently every night. Then that's something that necessarily can't be corrected.
Yeah.
But if you're going to tell me that they're going to turn up, then stop. We got to stop with this big game tonight. Measuring stick. No, I guess
not.
Listen,
matter.
I can't, because for me as a broadcaster,
Yeah, you have to do it every night.
Like, I'm looking at matchups like, this is a good one. Hey, this is a good one. This should be a good one. And then it's like, nope, not a good one either.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It should be. I mean, that's how our instinct always is. You see a matchup, and you don't think about when it is. You don't think if it's on national television. You're like, it's a good matchup tonight.
Yeah.
Throughout the years. Cowboys-Giants, a good matchup. Celtics-Lakers, that's a good matchup. Canadians-Maple Leafs, that's a good matchup. But now I guess the way regular seasons are in sports, not football because there's only 17 games, but in the other sports, it's, who's playing the third game in 4 nights, who's playing in the second of back-to-backs, who's nursing some sort of an injury, who's load managing. It doesn't necessarily end up being a big game, and that's the shame of it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Knicks, Cavs, that's something to get excited about, right?
Yeah.
Nothing else going on really last night. Olympics are over. Hockey still had another day off. Let me watch Knicks, Cavs, big game, right? And then you watch two teams that didn't seem like they wanted it, and that's disappointing.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And by the way, coming out of this game, so the Cavs feeling really good about life, right?
Yeah.
And that's 6-1 now since the Harden trade.
6-1.
Tied the Knicks now for third in the East. And then this little nugget from Shams Charania.
Oh, here we go.
James Harden sustained a fracture in his right thumb during the Tuesday's win over the Knicks, undergoing further evaluations and treatment.
Like you dream about.
Like, just when they think they're getting it right, now they lose him. Who knows for how long, depending on what the fracture is and what kind of results it's going to need. But it's on his hand, so he can't shoot, handle the basketball, all those things. Watch them lose him now for a little while. NBA is weird, man. 800-919-3776. Let's get some calls on this because a lot of you want to sound off. Jason in East Windsor is going to start us off. Jason.
Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Good.
Hey, bud.
So, obviously, Nick talk. You guys started off by saying these big games and everything, right? I just don't think there are any big games in the regular season anymore. This coach doesn't demand them to be consistent. He doesn't demand them to give effort on a regular basis. It's different than what we're used to over the last 5 years with Tibbs. That's why it's hard for us to figure it out. I think they're going to be fine. OG's going to get back to shooting the ball well again. He always takes a little bit of time coming out of off his injuries. Happens every year. I'm not worried about it.
Not worried about it.
I know you guys are.
I hear you.
Okay.
Listen, there's another angle. There's another angle to this, which is, hey, I don't have a sports talk radio show to do every day. I don't need an angle to discuss it. I choose to go with I'm a fan. I'm away for the playoffs and see how they do. I get it. That's not unreasonable.
But what has this team accomplished that they can take nights off? Plus, they're not even guaranteed to be a top 3 team. I would think any fan logically would want to try to avoid having to play Detroit in the second round. That game last night might have cost you a chance to do that.
I'm not worried about Detroit. Like I know they're big, they're tough, blah blah blah.
I love it.
They've done everything they've done everything they possibly can to beat the Knicks in 3 games. They have run at least 7 different defenses at them throughout those games.
Okay.
The Knicks are playing vanilla against Detroit.
That
they
is
don't
true.
Care about Detroit.
Yeah, that we've talked about that, Jason, and thank you. Jason's got the optimism. He knows that Mike Brown doesn't run. He's not running plays. He's not showing his hand against Detroit, and Detroit is just playing all out because they just want to kill the Knicks.
Well, that's the narrative that Knick fans like to have.
Yeah.
These games don't matter to us.
This is
I'm
copium.
sorry. I keep looking. I still haven't won a championship since '73. You know, and I heard the same talk when they beat the Celtics last year. Oh, we're going to beat the Pacers. And then you don't beat the Pacers.
Yeah.
You know, at some point it ends up rearing its ugly head. That's why I said this same team will go out there and end up beating the Spurs. You know, because they can do that. That's what's so maddening. And it's the same with the playoffs. Everybody and their mother thought they're cruising.
Yep.
To the final.
And then
they're going to beat the Pacers.
And they blew a 10-point lead.
Well, you know, the same thing when they were facing the Heat. Remember Michael Kay on his show? I guarantee the Knicks are going because, you're going to beat the Heat? No, then you didn't beat the Heat.
Yeah.
You know, that's the inconsistency of this team. So, yeah, maybe Detroit is no concern. Maybe Detroit is everything the Cavaliers were last year. A great regular season team, and it won't happen in the postseason. But maybe it'll be the Celtics that knock you out. Or maybe it'll be somebody you're not expecting to knock you out. Toronto. So you're not concerned about Detroit. So it sounds like he's just waiting for Spurs Thunder, a team that has not gone to an NBA final since 1999. He's locking it down. Spurs Thunder final. He's not concerned. All right, I'll believe it.
Okay. Well,
that's good for you. I wish I could be that optimistic about everything.
Same.
You know what?
I wish I could too. But as Spike Lee always says, orange and blue skies. For some people, that's what they see.
I mean, listen.
I hope you're right.
I think I'd put some good money on Spurs Thunder Western Conference Final, though.
Yeah,
it's hard to see it.
We need that.
But
we need that.
That would be fun.
I love Knick fans.
Although Houston would be fun too if they somehow getting to see KD going to give it a shot would be fun.
But the talk sometimes, and I love it. I love the optimism. I do, but. You know, you're not like talking about the Golden State Warriors dynasty here. God. You know, we're talking about a team that went to the 3rd round for the first time in 25 years.
I know.
Now you're no concern. Oh, it's all. And I agree. Alan agreed too. They play vanilla. Detroit wants the game. You have not won a quarter against Detroit this year. Not a quarter.
No, that's some would say.
Last year you got dominated by the Celtics and took a game to overtime and actually won 5 of the 17 quarters. In this series, you've lost all 12 quarters.
It's not great. Real quick, we got a break, and we have much more calls to get to. We're excited to talk to all of you. Man, when you look at the West, they're just so much. The West is so much more intriguing.
Mm-hmm. It always is.
Always
is.
I mean, if just looking, you look at the top 5 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Every team is either great, filled with stars, or both.
Yes.
And then outside of the top 5, you still have the Lakers, the Warriors, and like other intriguing teams.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Brand names all over the place.
The only true brand name like team in the East is in terms of what they're built of is kind of the Celtics.
Yep.
Everybody else is kind of like they're a couple good players.
That's right. No,
you just said it, Peter. All the players are out there.
Yeah.
All the players are out there.
Tatum out of the East.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And Brown. You got to include Brown in that conversation.
Well, he's saying you take those 2 out.
Right.
Tatum and Halliburton are out right now. So there's 2 less stars.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
You're taking them out of the equation, and it's just, you're right. Again, casual sports fan who doesn't really follow the NBA could name way more players in the West than they could in the East. That's the reality. But all you got to do is just win the East, and there's your next step. But the Knicks right now looking like a team that, again, they're great and they're bad, are so far apart. They could get to the finals. They could also be out in the first round. What's the issue that you see? 800-919-3776. We'll get back to your calls next. Don, Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Release a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 2.5 S Select all-wheel drive for $219 for 33 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR financing for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN466016. MSRP $32,010. Zero security deposit. APR $28.60 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 3/2/26.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more.
Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Have you ever wanted to go to the NBA Finals? Well, now's your chance, courtesy of FanDuel. All you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you'll be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for two. NBA Futures let you lock in your pick for who you think will go all the way, whether it's a team to win the championship or a conference title. Have you ever wanted to go to the NBA Finals? Well, now's your chance, courtesy of FanDuel. All you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you'll be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for two. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 plus and physically present in New York. No purchase necessary. Limit one entry for Profit Boost token. Opt-in required. Must apply Profit Boost token on select market. Restrictions apply. See full terms, including methods of entry, at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to Yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@Yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit Yankees.com/groups today.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. We're going to start off in Jersey. Not so great on the Turnpike Western Spur northbound. Ramp to 15W for 280 in Kearney. An overturned tractor-trailer. It's partially blocked. That is you jammed on the main roadway. Backed up in both the car and truck lanes from Newark Airport. Inbound George, no roadwork to slow you down. It's a great ride for both the upper and lower decks. Worst of it's the outbound side. Southbound Deegan, an accident on the ramp to the Cross Bronx. Involves a tractor-trailer. You're backed up into the West 230s. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels, no more than a 5-minute ride. Slow crawl on the BQE westbound over by the Williamsburg Bridge in Brooklyn. Crash involving a tractor-trailer. Delays are starting to back up to the LIE. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
All right, we're trying to figure out, and good luck with this, what are the Knicks? What are they? I keep, I can give you stats and tell you going into last night's game, in the last 15 games, they and the Cavs, the only two teams in the league that had 12 wins, 12-3. The Knicks had the number one defense in the NBA in that stretch of games. Like, I can give you all these things that make it sound like this is a really good team. And I've been trying to say that every time we really go doom and gloom. But here I am. I'm testifying right now. You can watch our postgame show, MSG. Go to YouTube. Our first segment is there. Me, Wally, Bill, Monica, and all of us unbelievably perplexed. All of us trying to figure it out. Like, what the hell was that?
Let me ask you a question.
And that's what we're trying to ask everybody. 800-919-3776. Ton of calls. We're going to get to them momentarily.
No, right now, Don, real quick. Don, my best line maybe I've ever had in the history of the show.
History of the show?
Yeah. About quarterbacks. About finding a quarterback on a team. Do you remember what the line was?
No.
If you don't know.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have the answer, that's your answer.
Yeah. Right.
Do you start thinking that about this team?
That's the problem. Is you
we don't know what they are, so is this what they are?
Yeah. That's the thing.
That's the problem.
Are they a championship team? That doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't mean they can't do it. It just doesn't look like it. I think that's the right answer. Bill in Southold. Bill, what do you got for us?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good.
Good. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I was watching the game last night, and I was just like, what am I even watching at this point? I mean, if you can't get up for a game like that where you're battling for playoff positioning, I know it's the regular season, but, like, against a conference rival, I mean, when can you get up?
Right.
It's just, like, really, really uninspired play, and I think it's just taking the lead from the head coach. I mean, Thibodeau would will them, and I was kind of fed up with Thibodeau myself after the playoffs last year, and I thought it was a fireable offense the way he coached and the way that he played his roster. But when they hired Mike Brown, I was just like, that's it. That's the end right there. Like, that's going to be the nail in the coffin for this team because he's an awful coach, in my opinion. And I'm not seeing how they're going to be able to flip the switch heading into the playoffs and all of a sudden become this, powerhouse team. And I think it's like these are the games where you need to test yourself. And if Mike Brown isn't going to test his own team, like, when's it going to happen?
It's a great question. And I think there have been moments this season he has pushed them, he has tested them. There are moments this season where they have flipped the switch. We have seen it in a lot of games. But that last night, and I'll add this, the atmosphere in that building, like, that's normally a loud building in Cleveland, very loud. And their team has been on a roll. You'd think that place would be raucous, loud. It seemed on TV. Now, anybody watching last night, correct me if I'm wrong, but we had it on in the studio, and it just didn't sound like there was like this intensity, right? So I asked Tyler Murray, the great radio voice of the Knicks, right?
Fantastic.
And I just texted him. I go, how's the building? He's like, it's a little quiet. So the whole mood, the whole thing, like if I'm in Cleveland doing Cleveland radio, I'd be wondering about the Cavs right now. I would say, like, they won, but that was garbage, that game. They were terrible in that game. They won because the Knicks were awful. But, and now you lost Harden for who knows how long. So, but anyway, the loss is the loss, and that's what we're trying to figure out is what is this team? Paul in Florida, you're up next, Paul.
Hey, guys, love the show. How are you today?
Good. Good. Trying to figure it out, Paul. Help us out.
My opinion on it is that they're one of those teams that they have the skill all over the place, but they don't seem to have the toughness, not just physical, but mental. The Detroit game for me was the most startling part was when they went in the paint, they scored, whether they were jumpers or to the hoop. But when they settled for the threes, they just weren't dropping. And you could just see it. Every time they came down, they just launch a three, almost like what Boston did against us in the playoffs last year.
Right.
But they were scoring in the paint. So it would be one thing if you couldn't do it in there. But they can. They're just not willing to take the hits in there. Almost like you had on your old show, you had the Rocky Balboa there. Are you willing to take the hits and keep moving forward?
Right. Yeah.
They're not. They're not. And so will they develop that in a playoff series? That's like our only hope. Or like what the other caller said, that Mike Brown's playing chess, not showing anything until we get to the playoffs. But I think they're that team. They're a good team, skilled team, but the toughness it takes to get through 3-4 rounds, I just don't think they have it.
I mean, that's go ahead, Donnie. That feels like a common theme here, doesn't it?
The positive is from that last caller who said that just everything will be fine come April. They'll turn it on. They weren't showing anything against Detroit. They don't want to tip their hand. But the other is that they can't do it. They can't play consistently. So maybe it is just a flip of the switch, and they'll be fine. But I don't figure that they've accomplished enough to play. That's usually teams that have won championships. They get bored in the regular season. Like the Florida Panthers in the regular season. Maybe they didn't win the division last year. I think they finished in third. It didn't matter to them because they know that they could do it. Does this team know they can do it when they've never done it?
Right. How can you?
You can't. You can't say you can
With a
turn
new
on a
coach?
switch and you've never turned the switch on before.
It's convenient too, right, Peter, that, we'll turn it off against Cleveland. We'll turn it off against Detroit. Are you turning it off? Or you're like, hey, I don't want to really turn it on and then get beat by 10. So let's just pretend would just be vanilla. Let's not try so we could also fall back on we don't want to tip our hand.
How do we
really it is, I don't think we can beat them anyway.
How do we feel about the fact, though, that when the threes don't drop for them, it's almost like it just like the blood stops flowing, and they just, what happens when the blood stops.
Well, but that's the league, right? But especially for them, because in all these bad losses, like just the numbers against Detroit and Cleveland, ugly.
Well, remember they did win the first two against Cleveland,
but last night and then against Detroit, they beat Cleveland already.
Yeah,
but now this version of Cleveland, which seems to be better. I don't want to be duped again.
I don't want to give Cleveland credit. I'm telling you, this was not about Cleveland last night. To me, that's what alarmed me. See, Donnie, if Cleveland came out and just ran them off the court, and I'm like, oh my God, with Harden, like with Schroeder and Ellis, like their bench is different now. Harden's just changed their offense. This team's scary. Like, I would be the first to say we got a new team to worry about. Look, I watch Cleveland. I'm like, damn, like this ain't it. Like, they were just as sloppy, just as kind of uninspired. Evan Mobley was on a minutes restriction, but man, he was all like
just another reason
soft. Like it was not anything that blew me away. Harden didn't shoot it great. Donovan Mitchell had numbers, but he didn't shoot it great. It's just they made plays when they needed to make plays, and one ended up winning the game going away in that third quarter. But I'm telling you, this felt more about the Knicks. I think that's what disturbed me more. Because I felt like the game was there to be had if they wanted it, and it didn't look like they either wanted it or cared enough to fight for it. And I can't understand why. Griffin in Connecticut wants to take on that optimistic caller we had just a minute ago. Griff?
I'm just, my point is, if this Knick team decides to just cruise and just have their fun little, no big deal type games every single time in the regular season, well, you are two games away in the loss column from being tied for falling to the fifth seed, where you won't have home field advantage in the first round at all. So I'm just saying that's another point. And also, didn't the Bucks a couple of years ago, Alan, decide that they didn't want to play that last regular season game? Got all their starters because they wanted to play the Pacers.
Yep.
That was the team they wanted to play, and how that worked out.
Not good.
So
they lost.
Go ahead, Griff.
Yeah, I don't think you just go into it saying, that's the team I want. I just don't think you need to do that. So to me, they need to start figuring out more consistently before they get to the playoffs. Because I don't think you want to go into the playoffs being an inconsistent roller-coasting team.
And that's what they have been since winning that NBA Cup. That's really what they have been. Thanks, Griff. And they also, by the way, next week, starting next week, a week from Friday, they're going on a West Coast trip.
Perfect.
Out, 5 games on the road. And that, again, if you want to start talking about fatigue and everything else, it happened.
I think you did it again.
What did I do?
You went Southern accent.
Which word?
Did I do it?
I think again.
Not bad.
Again?
Go
back and check.
Oh, no. Did it just slip?
You didn't hear it, Peter?
I'm trying to
Peter
find.
was on the phone.
Yeah, I was looking at my phone. I'm trying to find where that's the half bad. Where do we have that's not half bad?
Anybody else hear it? Jacob Anthony.
No one's paying attention.
I missed it. I got
everybody's off.
No.
We're doing a hell of a
Checked
show
out.
here.
They checked
But
out.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know how good a show it is when we've lost one host and our
two
board
producers.
Board op's gone.
Yeah, 40% are on board.
But
I didn't know the show started.
Anthony's producing another show while producing this show.
I mean,
in
I
case
know
you're
that
wondering.
I know we're not on 880 yet, but come on, man.
Wait, we're not on 880?
No, the Mets are playing.
We're not on 880?
880.
No,
If he was that bad.
A testament to our listeners that you didn't know that we weren't on 880.
Wow, I didn't know we weren't on 880.
How about that?
So
On
do we have?
880.
Can we go back?
We'll find it.
I don't remember
I think
saying
it was on the word.
Well, yeah, we have to wait till we go back in the break.
I
and then
understand.
I'll grab it.
We'll wait till
What
next
word?
week.
What word was it, Don? That he said?
I believe it was a game.
A game.
Again.
I'm here with my family again.
Why this is happening, I
but
don't know.
I've known Alan for 25 years. I don't. This is new. This is
It's
new.
unfortunate. I think it's
a new
unfortunate.
thing.
You know what it is? Is there's a lot of times I try to fight the Long Island accent, which always creeps out.
So you're
And
compensating?
I'm almost like maybe I'm overcompensating.
Yeah, what's the opposite of a Long Island accent?
Yeah, it's
Sounded
Georgia.
Like, Georgia. You're going Mississippi.
If he was that bad.
It's been that bad.
Let's take Rich in Brooklyn to help us out here. Rich.
Hello. Yes, how are you?
Good.
Let me tell you, I listened to your show yesterday, and I didn't listen to the Knicks game because I was listening to other things that are going on in the world. But the Knicks weren't consistent from what the little bits and snubs that I've heard. And the Knicks are always inconsistent. They're always inconsistent. Because I listen to radio. I'm a radio guy. I am not a TV guy. I have a TV. I'm totally blind. And some of these announcers, even, when Alan Hahn tries to do stuff on radio, I don't think, you're different on TV and radio. You are.
How so?
Well, at least because you're not descriptive enough on radio.
Not descriptive, but he doesn't call games.
I don't call games on
You do color. You do analysts.
on TV.
On TV.
But sometimes you do stuff on radio.
No, I think that's Wally. You hear? I rarely do TV.
National. He does national radio.
I did, yeah. If you happen to listen to the game Saturday on national ESPN, I did that one.
No, I didn't hear. No. Okay,
Yeah, I don't do
then
play-by-play, so I don't. It's not descriptive.
He
what
doesn't
I
do describing.
No,
but that's okay.
like,
It's
okay,
fine.
Monica, I've heard Monica McNutt.
Yep, she's great.
Tyler Murray.
Yep, he's great.
There you go. That's
who,
the team.
who I really don't like.
Who?
Because to me, they're not descriptive.
Wait.
Oh, you don't like them?
Wait, you don't like them?
Oh, this is on.
Monica tries. But the problem is.
Here we go.
Nobody, no, and I'm not going to because if I criticize, they're going to say I'm racist.
No,
I am not racist.
You're listening.
Off to a bad start,
A white person, a white guy, and an African American woman. I mean,
You don't
you're
like either of
keeping
them.
it.
You have bad. You just
wait a
have
minute.
bad taste in
Okay,
radio.
But the point is, she doesn't. It's a different culture.
Oh boy.
Oh, now it's getting. Listen, I gave him some rope and he hung himself with it. That's all. I mean, it happens, right?
Yeah, listen,
I gave him a little rope.
Give me that rope over there. You got a little more rope?
He just wrapped it around
Give
his
me a
neck.
little more rope.
I really was hoping. Because he said he's blind. Like, so obviously for him, like what he's hearing is critical to the information. And so I was hoping he'd have something pretty profound.
You know what the profound lesson you learned is that blind people can somehow be racist. It's almost like a Dave Chappelle skit. Because why are we going into culture? There's nothing about culture to talk about with Tyler and Monica, okay? Either you like the way they call the basketball game or you don't. Am I wrong?
I'm going to guess that he didn't like it. But what's weird is that
just describe it like that then.
Somehow I'm not descriptive enough, and I'm not even on that broadcast.
I was just like,
I haven't done a game this year.
Last weekend.
Well, but hold on. He's blind, not deaf, right? How does he not hear? How does he hear Alan in the wrong places?
I don't know.
It's not like he's confusing your face. It's just the sound.
And also, just for the play-by-play guy does the description. Right. Don knows this better than anybody.
Yes, of course. Color guy. Are you simply there to add information
you're there to just
and factoids?
Add what you saw, like what else is going on in the game, and you have to get in and get out real quick because it's radio. But we learned our lesson today.
On the upside, I just dropped one of my all-time best tweets. You guys go check it out during the break. I think it's something everyone can agree on.
And we're going to see if I once again dipped into a Southern accent, and maybe I should just stick to it.
And maybe it wasn't bad.
Maybe it wasn't half bad.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah, on the road.
On the road. Peter, what is going on?
I just started
Go
singing.
to break. We're analyzing on the road again.
On the road. More of your calls coming up. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
It's a battle of Big East Titans when 15th-ranked St. John's visits 5th-ranked UConn. Coverage begins today at 6:40 on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach your friendly live agent. Donation's super easy and your car can be picked up by tomorrow. Call now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Think premium meat has to come with a premium price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. You can get Brazilian beef tenderloin for only $10 a pound. Yes, $10 a pound. And Atlantic salmon portions for just $9.98 a pound. That's steakhouse and seafood house quality at home. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. You can shop one of their 7 locations or order online for same-day delivery. WildForkFoods.com. Wild Fork Foods. Quality meat. Wild prices.
It starts with the first early morning, the uniform, the training, the challenge. Every trooper remembers day one at the academy. But where they end up, no two stories are the same. At the New York State Police, the path you take is up to you. If you're ready for a career with endless opportunities for growth, start here. Go anywhere. Apply today at joinstatepolice.ny.gov.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you. No, you don't. You want all the shine. No, I don't. Call whatever you want. Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
I think this is probably this voice right here, Willie. I think that might be my natural voice, and I just didn't know it because I grew up in the wrong region. It's almost like I fall to it.
Well, apparently.
Out, 5 games on the road. And you know, that, again, if you want to talk about fatigue and everything else.
Was there more?
There was
just
more?
Weird that it kicks in the way that it does.
Don, let's listen in full. Let's listen in full because he keeps going. Let's listen here.
Out, 5 games on the road. And you know that, again, if you want to talk about fatigue and everything else.
Oh, so you were right.
Oh, he caught it right
he
away.
Caught
Yeah,
it.
he stepped right on it.
It was on.
If he was that bad,
You know, it was the.
Out,
That was
5
worse.
games on the road. And you know that.
Can I just get 5 games on the road? That's what I need right there.
I'm sorry I jumped it, but I was just so surprised.
No, well, listen. I got to come up with a good name for Southern Hahn.
I got problems.
Now, if you had told me,
what would it be?
listen,
I'm working on it.
You know, Alan, grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, until he was 12.
Yeah.
I'd say, okay, maybe that it does kind of creep out. No, that's not the case.
No.
You're Long Island.
I grew up in the armpit of Long Island, in the bosom of Long Island.
That's right.
That's where I grew up.
Well, bosom's better than armpit.
Probably, but it depends on the neighborhood.
In just about every way, every angle you want to take.
I'm firmly with bosom over
I don't
armpit.
know I don't know what you would consider bosom or armpit when it when it has to do with where I lived. It all depends on era, but.
Well, bosom suggests that it's like in
I think I live in the bosom now.
A really,
it's
like
a really.
I
I live in a very Tony area of Long Island.
Armpit
I like
suggests
where I'm
that
at.
it's not a great place.
No, armpits where I think I was there.
Don, it's when Alan Hahn turns into Alan Jackson. You know what I mean?
5 games on the road.
No, Alan Road.
Yeah,
Me, Alan Hahn, and your New York Knickerbockers going to take you up and down the road. I can't wait till we get down to Houston. Then go play the Mavericks, Spurs.
Gonna play that basketball.
You got to be excited when they head down to Texas. That's when you're at home.
Oh, please, you kidding me?
You got the Hawks game in there.
Yeah.
Hell,
Yeah.
But really just the Texas run.
Go
That's
to
the one.
Atlanta, play the Hawks. Go to Charlotte, play them Hornets.
Play them Hornets. You're
what I mean?
geared up.
Get her done.
In the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Allen became trans-regional, which I didn't even know was a thing.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, but okay.
He's trans-regional. He can instantly become Southern. And then we had to have, out of the blue, a blind man declare, I'm not racist, before then sounding like he was about to go on a racist rant.
I felt bad for him because I think he was trying to make a point.
Well, he was.
But he was just so worried about being judged, he just wouldn't make the point.
But it made no sense that you do it to yourself. The second you go, I'm no racist, but then you know the next thing.
But you know what I'm saying?
But the culture, no, sir. We were fine with you. We were listening. Now listen, he had apparently he has questionable taste in radio. He doesn't like Tyler and Monica.
Which
not descriptive enough. And listen, if you're blind, I got to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, I guess you're right. In the sense that whatever is not descriptive enough for you is whatever you say. I don't think that's a culture issue, but that's just whatever your style is. I consider Tyler to be pretty damn descriptive when I listen to him.
I actually think he's phenomenal.
I think he's phenomenal, but again, I'm not blind, so I don't know your experience. But then they said that he's also called a couple of days ago complaining because he wants more Mets broadcasts on the air. So he doesn't want to hear our show either, apparently. He'd rather have Mets spring training games.
But aren't the Mets playing right now?
That's a great point.
He was upset that yesterday they were playing and we weren't covering
but
it at
today
all.
They're playing, and he's listening to us on the app?
Listen, I don't know what's going on.
There's a lot. I'll tell you what's going on. A lot. Lots going on.
And Jamal in Stanford wants to stand up for Monica and Tyler.
Here we go.
Jamal.
Good afternoon, boys. First time, very long time, huge Don La Greca fan. Peter, love you, boss. Let me tell you, I am a MSG Knicks radio listener to a T, like many others, I'm sure. Now, when Tyler first came on, because, again, I go back. So I'm questioning. Like, man, will this chemistry work? As you guys took the word out of my mouth. Tyler is phenomenal. From punchlines, his jokes, his chemistry with Monica. I mean, I love Monica, but Tyler and Monica, they need to be paired together more. Sometimes I think them not broadcasting a game messes with the mojo of the Knicks, but that's a cat thing.
Wow. They did call the game together last night.
Perfect together, fellas.
Yeah, I agree, Jamal.
Thank you.
I agree, Jamal. Thank
Now,
you
Jamal, is he still there?
No, he said thank you and
I
left.
wanted to ask why he's not not an Alan Hahn fan.
John, Peter, thank you. Alan, I hope you make the team.
Because he said,
working on it.
Don, I'm a huge fan.
Yep.
Peter,
love you,
boss, something like that.
And then
he just moved on.
And
so I was.
The rest, yep. But you know what? It happens.
I'm just curious.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Justin in Massapequa. Justin.
Hi, I'm optimistic about the Knicks, and my dad always tells me to hustle until the last whistle.
That's right.
And if I was Mike Brown, I'd be lashing into those guys. That effort last night from the Knicks would not slide well with me if I was the head coach. I'd be lashing into them after last night.
You're right, Justin. And you know what? Here's something interesting. They have 2 days off before their next game. Wonder what that practice is going to feel like when they land in Milwaukee. Thank you, Justin, for the call. And speaking of landing, Monica McNutt is going to join us next, as she does each week. But they are in transit right now.
Okay.
So she will be checking in once they have officially touched down and she is able to call in. So that's, of course, coming up, and we'll see what she thinks of the criticism of the show. Never mind of the call. Never mind the accent. I think she's heard me say crazy
Not
things
half
before.
bad.
Not half bad. Out 5 games on the road.
I love it.
We also have Mark Cowles to get to. 800-919-3776. And we've teased this all week, but it's time, Don. It's time.
Yes.
The Guidry comments, and also what Scott Boras said as well about
the
house
timing of this
time.
is better. Yeah.
There's so much on the Yankee front that we need to get to when it comes to the old adage, if George were alive. That'll be coming up in the show as well. Stay with us. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Think premium meat has to come with a premium price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. Right now, Brazilian beef tenderloin is only $10 a pound, and Atlantic salmon portions are just $9.98 a pound. That's incredible value on premium cuts. Plus, Wild Fork offers over 450 meat and seafood options, all blast frozen to lock in freshness and flavor. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or get same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S Select Sport all-wheel drive for $209 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM105852. MSRP $29,530. Zero security deposit ends 3/2/26.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, listen, here's the thing.
Why not?
Well, here's the thing about Southern Allen. He's a little bit slower now.
Out 5 games on the road.
You know, he takes his time getting started because we live a slower life down here in the
a little
South.
slower pace.
Easy living, fellas.
You know what?
Easy living.
Because, Don, you're one of them big old city slickers up there in New Jersey, but down here in Allen Hahn country.
Oh, no. No. I
my
don't.
cousin.
No, I'm not related
come
to this.
on.
I am not related.
Come on, buddy.
If you're down south, there's a fighting chance you're related.
That's right. We all, hey, Dom, there's a chance we're all related. You know, that's the beautiful thing about the Keeshan family. We got, you know, the Keeshan family tree is a scary thing to look at. A lot of people on the same side twice, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, if your family tree doesn't fork.
Well, our family tree only has branches on one side, Dom. You know what I'm talking about? You know what they say in my family? If there ain't blood relation, then there ain't. You get the idea. All right, I gotta go.
I've never heard Keegan tap out.
Yeah, I've never heard 5 that. 5 games on the road. On the road.
We've got to get to the bottom.
No, I can't explain it.
Are you concerned at all?
Yeah, very.
Is Stephanie concerned? Has she heard it?
Well, remember, I met her in North Carolina.
So maybe that's it. Maybe it's like a little
it's
kink
like
for
an influence.
You guys. Or like you like to bring it back every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, sometimes it's a little fun. Just change it up a little bit.
It's just coming off after a night of role playing at home.
Yeah, where she's like, can you...
You know, I had a game last night.
Yeah.
So there was no...
But you did get home.
Yeah.
Well, sure, but the role playing was
late.
Stay quiet while she sleeps.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I play that role very often.
Do not disturb her nor the dog. If you disturb the dog, then she wakes up, and then all hell breaks loose.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's never.
Do you have floor in your bedroom?
Floor.
Or rug?
Oh, hardwood.
And does your dog have the...
Well, because we have like the area rug under the bed part, so he sleeps. The big dog sleeps on the... Like there's believe it or not, yes, there's a dog couch in front of the bed.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
And then the beagle sleeps on the bed.
Of course. So he's fine.
He's the one you don't want to disturb.
Oh, because what happens if he gets woken up?
He gets up, forget about it.
Because then he's walking around the bed again.
He's all over you. Yeah.
The problem for me is Bear. If you wake him up once he's gone to sleep, like let's say 2 hours later I have to go to the bathroom. If I accidentally wake up Bear, he thinks it's breakfast. And if he thinks it's breakfast, even at 15 years old, he is jumping and bouncing, and you are hearing the
yes.
And then Natalie's like, Bear!
Or when he shakes his neck and the collar.
No, we don't have a collar on, but that's the same deal.
Because then you hear all that stuff. Just, yeah. No, he just gets, because he's a beagle. So he's up, and now he's excited to see you.
Right.
Now he's all over me. He wants to fight, and it's like, dude.
And now it's a whole thing.
I just want to go to bed. So, yeah, no role playing, Don. Sorry to disappoint. I'll work on it tonight, though, if you want.
There you go.
Well, you're the
what would you like? What roles? What do you want from us?
Door on the air, so I didn't think I was going someplace.
You know me. I am an open door. Do I ever hide any of this stuff?
No, that's why I'm
love
surprised you're reacting the way you did.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it was none. But if you'd like, give me some suggestions. I'll see what I can do.
I don't want it to be a symptom of something.
I am worried about this though, because it is the second time that has happened. And if I've done this before, anywhere else, Get Up, First Take, MSG, ESPN,
right.
And no one said it to me, and now I'm worried that maybe it's happened.
but the thing is, this time slot exposes these types of things.
That's a good
like,
point.
Like Greeny probably won't call attention to it on Get Up.
Mm.
And if you're doing a game, Nick MSG's not going. Bill Peto's not going to call you out. Wally's not going to call you out.
Well, Peto
This
does
show-
it. Peto has it. Peto slips into like a Southern accent.
Really?
Oh, it's hysterical.
Well, this
he
might
does
be
it
where you're
for
getting it.
he does it for entertainment purposes.
Oh, not on accent.
It's really funny, but he'll do that. Yeah. All right. Well, if it happens again, keep calling me out because it actually is kind of funny.
If it happens again, I would get checked. I don't know. I don't know where you'd get checked. I don't know. What's the reason for your visit? I once in a while break into a Southern accent.
I don't know. Have you ever lived in
Don,
the South?
it's
No,
sort of,
never.
It's sort of like the condition on his hot dog finger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to
Wolf
watch
babies.
out for it when it comes
That
along.
and wolf babies.
Oh, wolf babies is no one wants that.
Stephen in Farmingdale. Stephen, you're up next with us. How you doing?
Last night was a very frustrating game for me, but I'm seeing a lot of comparisons to the Yankees in the sense of the Yankees don't hit a home run, they lose. The Knicks don't make the threes, they lose. Last night there were so many opportunities to go up for the layup and get some kind of offense rolling, and it's like they want to kick out to a three, which I understand that's the identity of the Knicks, but after a while you have to change your offense. You can't keep shooting threes nonstop. They were building another MSG in Ohio with all the bricks they shot. It was horrible yesterday. Horrible.
The comparison to the Yankees is interesting.
That's a good call.
Thank you,
'Cause
Stephen.
It's all analytically driven, right? Like we shoot threes and we don't adjust if it's not there.
Right.
Because you're passing up good shots to continue to try from the perimeter, and it's not working.
What could possibly go wrong? I don't know. Ask the Celtics against the Knicks last year.
Ooh, good comparison.
Because it goes
Good
wrong.
example.
Because and they literally wouldn't get off of it. That's what they do, and didn't work.
And the other caller that said they were getting in the paint and scoring, it's just almost as if they don't want to do that. I do think there is this edict, this mentality of get in the paint, draw defense, spray it out, and then just bury them with threes. And we've seen them do that to a point where, I mean, they can blow teams out with that ability, but when they're not dropping, it is eerily similar to the Yankees. When the Yankees can't get it out and it's all pop-outs or strikeouts, and the home run's not there, and they end up losing. That's a very similar thing. And you know what? There are times last year, didn't the Yankees have that same feel of games that, for whatever reason, they looked non-competitive?
Yeah, they just refuse to adjust
right
to the fact that they've got a pitcher that's not going to give up a home run.
Yeah, that's an interesting comp.
It's all, is that the analytic world now? That we will not stray from the analytics. Analytics say we got to shoot threes, we're going to shoot threes. They're not falling. Doesn't matter. They eventually will.
And
Let's not adjust.
even though we see basically across all the sports, the best teams are a healthy mix of analytics and gut. We see it everywhere among the teams that actually win. But all of the second and third place teams, they seem to be analytics only.
Yeah, we have nothing else.
But
right. Well, what are you going to do? They're not going down. I got nothing.
Don't tell me Dave Roberts is all analytics. He's not.
No.
Dusty Baker wasn't that in Houston. You can look up and down the last few years. It seems like same thing in Washington in 2019. And you can look at the Super Bowl teams too. Most of them have a couple of different ways that they operate, and that's what it's just frustrating, man. Super frustrating.
It is. Jose's in Connecticut. Jose, you're up next.
Don, Alan, Peter, huge fan of the show, guys. Alan, love what you brought to the table, man.
There you go.
I want to talk about
Mikal
Bridges, man. Listen, he exemplifies what is wrong with the Knicks season. He's inconsistent. He's soft at times. He disappears. You know, the whole thing with him was he came through in the playoffs, and you know he had a couple great defensive plays, and all credit to him for that. But if you watch him, and Alan, I know you do, on a night in and night out basis, he is infuriating to watch because he is so inconsistent. And then I heard Michael say a couple of days ago on his show that it seems like the league has figured out, Brunson, that they figured out the formula to stop him. I don't think it's that. I think it's that the supporting cast, they've disappeared. There's no Cat. There's no Brunson. OG's been hurt. He's trying to make his way back. But to me, that's the biggest difference. The fact that the supporting cast is not there, and then Mikal Bridges just has disappeared. And the fact that they gave up 5 first-round picks for this dude, and the fact that they're paying him a ton of money, I mean, to me, he exemplifies everything that's wrong with the Knicks.
He was 6 of 17 last night, Jose, which 17 shots for him is a lot. Normally, you're wondering why he's not shooting more or why he gets lost, but he was 6 for 17, second most shots on the team in that game. Again, I go back to Karl-Anthony Towns having 5 shots, 4 in the first quarter, 1 in the second half. That's the stat that doesn't make sense. And Jose's right, too, guys. Anunoby was great. Then he hurt that toe thing that happened. Came back from the toe after the All-Star break, and you can see his shot is just – he's not there right now. He has no rhythm. He was 1 for 6 from 3 in that game, so he struggled. You guys know I love Michael Kay. I cannot agree with the league figuring out Jalen Brunson when Jalen Brunson is still top 10 in scoring. And Jalen Brunson still has moments where he looks almost unstoppable. I mean, if you watch Saturday night's game in the fourth quarter, in the last 4 minutes of the game, he made shot after shot, difficult shots in one-on-one defense. And they were throwing everything at him, the Rockets were, and he still found a way to score. He had a bad game last night. Bad game. But those happen sometimes with stars, which is why you need other stars or a good supporting cast around him.
Don, I have to tell you about a headline I just saw. Up on the news.
On the news.
5 shoveling deaths on Long Island during the blizzard.
Oh, no.
5. Unknown underlying heart conditions.
You got to be careful.
So just be careful, okay?
I thought about it, though.
You thought about what?
Because I shoveled the path outside my garage to make room for the snowblower.
Yeah.
And I wanted to keep going.
Now let me ask you a question, though.
Just shovel it all myself.
At any point, did you let it get, like, super intense to where you're sweating and, like, out of breath?
Well, no, because I knew Nancy was going to be screaming at me.
So you do a little bit, then stop?
No. Well, I shoveled, and then I got the snowblower.
But in the shoveling part, like you weren't killing yourself.
No, I was fine.
So I did it yesterday. I got the car out, and obviously it's not nearly as much. Like Alan was like,
yeah.
Alan,
we had a lot.
It was like he did the Meadowlands parking lot. It was insane. Okay, all I had to do was get my car out.
Well, I didn't see him do anything. I saw his daughters do a lot.
Yeah. Well, no, that's why I called Child Protective Services. But
these girls are workhorses, man.
Yeah, I bet.
This is what they do.
Hey, listen, save it for the judge, buddy. But I just got my car out. I will say, though, to Alan's point yesterday, man, that snow was heavy and started sticking to the shovel. And fortunately, when I got to the tire part, I didn't move till today. And as of this afternoon, there was some solid melting happening, which allowed my tires to get going and get me out of it.
We got over 40 today. That was helpful. After, of course, the morning.
Dude, what did you?
What a
tell
thing to wake
tell
up
me another
to.
time, though. Guys, when was the last time when you remember not only blizzards, but just like casual 3 inches in the morning? Like, it's like we're Buffalo right now.
Yeah,
we just
really.
get snow.
And apparently we're supposed to get more like
Get
Monday into Tuesday. There's another again, it's very eerily similar to the last one where it's like storm coming, they're not really sure how much. I just can't. I got up this morning, I'm like I had to do a double take outside. Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So I opened the door to see how much, and it wasn't a lot, but I'm like, I still have
It
to
was
shovel.
annoying.
It's still annoying.
Shovel
It was annoying. Yeah, well, you can't snowblow what we got this morning.
You couldn't?
No.
Why?
No, because it's not enough.
Because it's not enough.
It's not enough.
I've never
Unless you have a
snowblower.
smaller snowblower, like there are, like, but this there was just not enough.
So the big one you have is like almost like a lawnmower.
Yeah.
So you can get handheld ones though.
Yeah, they
to
have,
do like little like.
Oh yeah. Electric ones or something like
to
that.
get like that would be good for a car. I'm guessing if the car's covered in snow, you could bust that out or no.
It all depends on how much, because it can get overwhelmed. But there's some good ones now that are small that are pretty mighty, just like you. You know what I mean?
Don's dead because he was changing a tire and his heart exploded.
Exactly.
I'll tell you this, though. That is a real thing. For those who were wondering, like, how does that happen, and maybe it's just somebody that's out of shape, it's not true.
No,
because
it's not about that.
I don't know, Don, if you've ever felt it, but yesterday when we were digging out, or whenever it was, 2 days ago, when we were digging out, and it was heavy, and I was just, like, you was just trying to just get down to pavement, and you're scraping and picking up. Heart rate was through the roof.
Oh, that's when you got to stop. Though.
And that's when you start getting lightheaded. You realize, like, no, you got to back off. You don't realize how hard you're working because it's cold out. You're not sweating.
See, that's what you can't do, Alan.
And you don't realize that, you're really working up to a point where you're in zone 6. Like, you got to chill.
Your dad wasn't Hart, Alan?
Yeah.
It was Hart?
Oh, yeah, it was.
All right, so you got – and Don, yours too?
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad was 61.
So guys, what's the cutoff line when we just stop? When we just say, all right, at this point, we're not going to risk it. We're not going to, it's not about I like shoveling. Is there a cutoff?
When you say I'm not calling Child Protective Services because my girls were out helping.
All right, fine. I won't say it again.
Give
so
me
next
that
year,
guilt trip.
So next year, you can have your girls do it, and I will support you. Although you'll be down one next year.
Yeah. Sad. Be down 2-1.
So you'll be down to 1. And by the way, she's 11, so she'll be working really hard.
She's the hardest worker out of all.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
But
I just got to get her in
don't
shape
get
this
crazy.
summer.
I mean, I do take breaks.
Yeah, you have to.
You're right. You get to where you get that heavy snow on the shovel, and you go to lift it up and throw it.
Yep.
And you just know, all right, I can't do that again for a little bit, and you take a rest. But it's the people that don't. But no, you got to be careful. But I'm not going to not do it if I can do it.
But why? But I just don't understand why it's like
because
something
I'm
to prove.
58 years old, and I'm not giving up on life.
Right.
Well, but there's so many other things.
It's not something to prove. It's just something that's got to get done.
It's got to get done.
It's got to get done.
I know. Marco's only 8. He's not going to do it. He'll go out there to pretend to help. And
So
just
I guess
make it worse.
by the time Marco's like 12, you could retire. Would you feel all about about that?
I'll be out there probably criticizing him and that he's not doing it right, and then eventually grabbing the shovel from him and then
just
doing
give me it.
myself.
I'll do it. Right. That's exactly what happened.
That's great.
Well, not an invalid. You got to be careful. Well, there's a world where both can exist. Be careful, but you still do stuff.
Right.
I just want you to be safe. That's all.
I think we're safe. Spike in St. Pete. No snow down there.
There he
Spike.
is.
What's happening, Spike?
Boy, am I glad I'm not up there in that weather.
Right.
My buddy lives
Great call, buddy.
And my friend lives near MacArthur Airport. They got 32 inches of snow. He's my age. And he's still in a rock band, and he said it took him 3.5 hours. Now, he shoveled 45 minutes and took an hour break. And he's in great shape because he's in a band and still plays. But I talked to him this morning. It was the basketball guy. And he says, I'm so effing sore. I said, all right. He finally got a car out. But anyway, all right, here's what I saw last night. Now, you guys know what, look, Alan Hahn came on the post-game show. I've never missed one. Never. Unless it was a power outage or something. And Alan Hahn came on with all his knowledge and his big, handsome, strapping guy.
That's right.
He was so pissed the way the Knicks played last night. I thought that they bet the under in the third quarter. That's what I was starting to think. That's how bad they played.
Yeah.
Now, some of
Not Allen, you mean. You mean the Knicks.
Yeah. Point shaving.
Now, well, the defense was fine last night, and this is what really pissed me off. Part of the blame goes on JB, and part of the blame goes on their 6th or 7th choice, Mike Brown, who he's a substitute teacher. I told that to Michael today. He's like a substitute teacher. Mitchell Robinson had as good a game. He gave you 8 more additional possessions. Towns had his game face on, guys. Rewatch it. He wanted the ball. He went to the rack 4 times. He beat that guy with the beard. He beat I forget his name, and he made that. When he rolls up on that 3 and that smooth release is nothing prettier in the NBA shooting that ball at his size. Nothing. And they gave up. They just quit. JB has to be more assertive. I know they don't call sets anymore. I know it's freelance basketball. Listen, Peter. The Celtics lost last year to the Knicks because they didn't make any adjustments. And you got the best coach in the East this year. And when I came out watching the West Coast games, and I get everything, is that the 3 best teams in the NBA, this is not my excuse, the 3 best teams are San Antonio, Denver, and OKC. The East is still wide open. Cleveland doesn't scare me a lick. I was wrong when I said Kenny would get them ready and beat the Pistons. They're soft. They're still soft to me. Am I wrong, Alan?
No. You're not wrong.
Okay. So the Knicks are in this damn thing. They got to get their crap together, and JB's got to take over and get the big fella the ball. How hard is that to do?
Yeah, that's been something lately, Spike. Thanks for the call. That has been something lately with this team. And last night, was where we all were kind of left perplexed. Like, how could that happen? What is that all about? Detroit, we just were like, they just have their number. They just seem to play extremely hard. The Knicks are coming out of All-Star break like, whoa, we're not ready. Like it's too soon. I still got sand in my shoes.
Right.
But this is no. This is coming off a good weekend, and your big guy, is he starting to figure it out? A team that's nipping at your heels. This should have been a game that got the juices flowing. It did not. And that makes you continue to question this team. It's a reality. But it's where we are with this team right now. I really, honestly, I'm at a loss, Don Peter. I'm at a loss because normally you try to come up with reasons and explanations. There's no number to put on this. There's no statistic to show you. This is just perplexing. And that, to me, as Peter asked earlier in the show, when a team is mercurial and it's not a skill thing, it's more of a when did they show up, when they don't show up, you do have to look at the coaches and say, this is something you guys got to figure out.
But,
go ahead, Don.
Well, but you became coach of the Knicks because the guy that you replaced pushed him too hard. So now, how do I fix it, but yet not, push them to a point where they're now going to want me out, or exhaust them to where now maybe it does affect them in the postseason? I mean, you got hired as a guy that was going to be a little bit different than probably a lot different than Thibodeau. So how do you do it? What adjustments can you make? Just a speech, hey, guys, this game's important, or what do you do?
I can't imagine a speech is going to change anything, right?
Now you're tied for the 3 seed with the Cavs.
Yep.
So forget about style points. That's Detroit. That's now over, and now it's over with the Cavs too. But, a game like last night might have cost you the 3 seed.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's getting real here, man.
And what else? And whatever else. So tonight we've got a good one, Detroit and OKC. Now, we just saw the Spurs and the Pistons, and Wemby and them boys did a number, and they got a win. So this is an interesting matchup as well tonight because it just lets you see, is anybody in the East got a shot? Like what Spike said is not crazy.
No.
And you said it when you looked at all the names and the brand names. Like the West has the better teams. They have more stars. But that doesn't mean that they can beat each other up through their conference playoffs and get a team to the finals that is leaking oil, and you get there and maybe not nearly as worse for the wear. That's what you got to take advantage of. And out of all the teams you look at in the East, aren't the Knicks the one team that if anyone's going to do it, they're the team? What, am I wrong?
Yeah, but
everyone else is compromised.
Are we wrong?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Was this all based, Peter, on the ability of the Knicks, or just how the doors opened up because of the injuries in Indiana and Boston? They did go to the conference final. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But now did we make them into something or not? Or did we just say, hey, they seem best equipped to take advantage of this weak in East team? But meanwhile, 75% of the season is over, and Detroit is way more equipped. Mm-hmm. A compromised Boston might be more equipped.
Yeah, but
so maybe we just got it wrong,
That
man.
can't be right, though, right? Like on paper. What you're saying, Don, I don't dispute. But I'm saying on paper, that doesn't make sense.
I know, but you know what? I'm going through it here with the Devils. I was talking to Nick Bustad. He came over in a trade just before the Olympics, and he's like, "All the pieces are here, man. They have the pieces, but they're 11 points out of a playoff spot. Like the talent doesn't matter. It's got to come together. Now the Knicks are way better than the Devils, but sometimes the chemistry isn't there. The consistency isn't there. It's supposed to be there, but that doesn't mean it happens.
Yeah. Well, there's something that we'll talk about later on in the show when we get back to the Knick topic. That we know if it doesn't get figured out and you realize that maybe the chemistry just isn't right, maybe this just isn't the right mix, we all know the thing looming over this franchise that, of course, will come back into focus if this all doesn't work out. Hey, get ready for Rickleball Madness, Friday, March 20th. That's coming up. ESPN New York's taking over Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. Catch a live broadcast of DiPietro and Rothenberg starting at 6 a.m. And stick around for our Social Ladder Pickleball Tournament. We'll crown our champion and roll right into a college hoops watch party to cap off the day. Sign up now on the ESPN New York app. Spots, though, are limited. Rickleball Madness brought to you by Pickleball Heaven, the new standard of indoor pickleball. We got a list right?
Sure do.
We got a list.
Like
Don La Greca
you dream.
has a list. We don't know what it is. He does. That's coming up next. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Hey Yankees fans, 2026 Yankees individual game and group tickets are on sale now at yankees.com/tickets. Next season's home schedule is highlighted by interleague games against the Dodgers, Braves, and Cardinals. As always, we'll host the annual series of games against the Mets, as well as baseball's best rivalry with the Red Sox. Don't miss out on all the exciting action in the Bronx. Get your 2026 Yankees tickets today at yankees.com/tickets.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Have you ever wanted to go to the NBA Finals? Well, now's your chance, courtesy of FanDuel. All you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you'll be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for two. NBA futures let you lock in your pick for who you think will go all the way, whether it's a team to win the championship or a conference title. Have you ever wanted to go to the NBA Finals? Well, now's your chance, courtesy of FanDuel. All you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you'll be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for two. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 plus and physically present in New York. No purchase necessary. Limit one entry for Profit Boost token. Opt-in required. Must apply Profit Boost token on select market. Restrictions apply. See full terms, including methods of entry, at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Nassau County, hitting the brakes on the LI eastbound, heading over to 106, 107 in Jericho. Just picked up some emergency pothole repairs. You're still backed up to Glen Cove Road. Not moving much on the Cross Island northbound in Queens by Northern Boulevard. Crash with a car that hit the divider. FDNY is on the scene. Only one lane is squeezing by. You're jammed there from the LIE. Still a rough ride on the Deegan southbound, heading over to the outbound George. Crash on that ramp involving a tractor trailer. Some solid delays go back into the west 230s. Inbound George, no issues at all for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnel's about a 5 to 10 minute ride. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
It starts with the first early morning, the uniform, the training, the challenge. Every trooper remembers day one at the academy. But where they end up, no two stories are the same. At the New York State Police, the path you take is up to you. If you're ready for a career with endless opportunities for growth, start here. Go anywhere. Apply today at joinstatepolice.ny.gov.
You just made the list, buddy.
This is The List with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Oh, man, you bet your ace it is.
Yeah.
Here it is. It's Wednesday. It's 4:30. Allen is now Southern. There's so many things happening on the program. And Don La Greca has a list. I know nothing about this list.
Alan's so Southern that he didn't download the parking app to his phone.
No, he
and
did.
He's kicking it old school.
No, he did, but now he's having problems. It's very Don. You guys are very simpatico in some ways. You know what I mean?
In what sense?
Like, you have an issue with the app. First you got to download the app, and then you got it in the back of the seat. So he's just having an issue. He tried. He had the app, but something didn't work.
Okay.
You want to know what I think happened?
What happened?
I think he got caught up on Varick in a spot where it says you can park here, but then there's another sign that says, no parking 4 to 7. And so he's trying to pay it on the app, and they're going, hey, dude, no parking here.
You know
That's
what?
my prediction.
Because he said that he found a space on Varick, and I was like, where?
Most of Varick is nothing 4 to 7.
Most of Varick has become commercial, and there are a couple of spots. He said he found one spot that was right by where you get the ticket. And I know that spot to be a spot that's only good till 4 o'clock, and I think you're right. And now they don't acknowledge that as being a legal spot, and he can't pay for it. And if he's on Varick, this is just me and you in this segment. He's gone. He's cooked.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a wrap.
There's a couple of things I really need him for this. It's George Harrison's birthday. He would have been 83. He passed away back in 2001. But I'm like, we've done too many music, too non-sports. I want to do sports.
Okay.
Here.
If you insist.
Although I could give you my top 5 George Harrison songs very easily. But so because in honor of the Jack Hughes goal, I started to think, and I think you might be able to contribute to this, Peter.
You don't know.
Of the top 5 Olympic or international goals all time. So we're not talking about NHL goals. We're talking about international play goals. Top 5 that come to mind. Some of them I think you know. Maybe there might be a couple you don't. I think Allen would know all 5 of these. But
These are top 5 American international.
No, they don't have to be American. But I will. I'll give you some details here. All right. 4 of the 5 were in the Olympics. All right. And we've got 2 Americans, 2 Canadians, and a Swede. But I thought the Swede was pretty significant.
Well, let me just get the Sid Crosby golden goal
there you
out
go.
of the way.
Sidney Crosby's golden goal in 2010 in Vancouver over the United States. I have it number 3.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, you can't play any of these because you'd spontaneously combust.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
If you play
also.
them. But remember, Zach Parise scored late to tie it, and then Sidney Crosby scored the golden goal. I've got it at 3. And you tell me, Peter, he's won 3 Stanley Cups. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame. That's the biggest goal he'll ever score in his life.
Listen, it's not as a fan of his who's not Canadian, it's not the defining achievement of his career, but it is the biggest moment of his career.
You know, it's interesting, is it? Like, you wonder in his obituary, and hopefully it's not for very, very long, does the first paragraph or the first sentence say 3-time Stanley Cup champion, or that he scored the golden goal for Canada in 2010?
It's 3 times.
It depends on who writes it, right? If somebody in Pittsburgh writes it.
I think, no, I'm going to disagree. I think everywhere. Because, Don, let's not act as if in Canada they don't worship Stanley Cups also. So I think it's three, Don. It's three. There aren't a lot of threes.
I got it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's certainly debatable, but I've got.
I don't think
this
it's
list,
debatable.
I have it at
and I'm going to ask Jackie Redmond this weekend.
Because she's Canadian.
She's a hockey person and Canadian. I'm very curious. I still think the 3 Stanley Cups leads for him. But yes, all right. So you have Sid at number 3.
Yes.
Anthony wants to weigh in. He believes
I
has
think
one.
he should.
Well, you gave the
lieu of
hint.
Allen.
You gave the hint for Swedish.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're going with the Peter Forsberg shootout goal.
Absolutely. 1994 gold medal game against Canada. They go to the shootout. Corey Hirsch is the goaltender for Team Canada and gets undressed by a Peter Forsberg goal in which he, with one hand, drags it across the crease and scores. It is known as the Forsberg. It's been used by many players since, especially since the shootout was instituted in the National Hockey League coming out of the lockout in 05-06. It's the Forsberg. They put him on a stamp in Sweden for it.
So you're saying they were into it?
They were into it. I've got the Peter Forsberg goal against the Canada for Sweden at number 5. You good with that, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. The hint helped me. I don't know if I would have, off the top of my head, got it. Once you said Swedish, it was pretty easy.
So is Jack 1, Peter?
No.
Very good.
Jack is 2.
Jack is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though it didn't happen in the gold medal game, Mike Eruzioni's game-winning goal against Russia, to me, is number 1 because that's what they remember. I mean, obviously, if they didn't win the gold medal, it wouldn't have been as remembered. But to beat Russia, the significance of the upset, and then that led to them beating Finland a couple of days later and winning the gold medal. But I still think the Mike Eruzioni goal against Russia, the game winner. Not in overtime, not the golden goal, but still, I think, a little bit more significant. So I've got that at 1.
So that's 1. Jack Hughes 2. Sid 3. Forsberg 4.
5.
5. So it means Alan, who's here now, could try to guess 4. So it's another Canadian.
Yes.
Is it what we discussed?
It was what we discussed.
Okay. So I know it.
You already know. Go ahead.
It's Don's list. I'll let him do it.
All right, so go ahead.
Number 4, Paul Henderson's Summit Series Game 8 goal against Russia is number 4. It is one of the most significant goals. It might actually even be bigger than the Sidney Crosby goal, but I have it at 4 as far as like internationally for us. Happened in 1972, the Summit Series, Russia versus Canada. One of the great series of all time, and Paul Henderson, a decent NHL player, but forever remembered for his goal against Russia is at number 4. So at number 5, Peter Forsberg shootout goal against Corey Hirsch against Canada, and the golden goal for Forsberg, and forever known the move Forsberg, the Forsberg at 5. Paul Henderson's goal number 4, Sidney Crosby number 3, Jack Hughes' goal on Sunday number 2, and Mike Eruzioni number 1.
Listen. It's tough to argue. I don't know Jack, no pun intended, but it sounds like it would be tough to argue most of this.
The Henderson goal, while again in America it meant nothing, that game was in Russia. And at the time we're talking about, this was the height of like where, not the Cold War. Obviously, the Cold War was many years before, but it was coming back.
Right.
And I believe, Don, the Canadians were losing, right?
Oh, they were embarrassed in Canada. Then they started to win once they got to Russia, but it was bad.
But it was like it's almost like the inspiration of Rocky IV. Like the whole idea of going there. The officiating was awful. Like they were getting called for penalties, and it was just maddening. Like those series were, like I remember seeing a documentary on it, Don, and it was very palpable how it just felt one-sided no matter where you were. And there was a lot of, it was like, I'm taking my team off the ice. Like, there was just so much going on in this thing. And that's what made that goal so special, is that it was that very underdog-ish in the face of the entire country of Russia. The Soviets, all around you, and you beat them.
And
on their soil.
It's pretty cool.
It's NHL players playing Russian, playing the Soviet Union.
Right.
And almost losing.
Yeah.
And then 8 years later, You know, some of the same players, but some different players. And a bunch of amateurs beat them in one game.
Right.
It just shows you the significance of Russia. And listen, Canada, one of the things that hurt them so badly is it's their sport. It's like when we lose in baseball or even basketball. It's like, this is our sport. Some other countries shouldn't be taking our shine away.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, U.S. wasn't even on the map as far as hockey was concerned in '72, even though they did win a silver medal in that Olympics. Mark Howe was on that team. It was Russia and Canada. Those were the superpowers, and Canada was fighting to try to get it back. And it shows you how significant 1980 was because a bunch of kids were able to beat them in one game. Now, if they had played a series, would they have gotten crushed in the next 4? Possibly.
Oh, yeah.
But that wasn't the format.
It was one game. So Tretiak was the goalie in that, right?
Yeah.
Mikhailov was playing in that as well. He played in the Miracle game. But think about this. These are the players that played for Canada, Don. Just some of the names. Ken Dryden was in goal.
Yeah.
For Ranger fans, Brad Park, Jean Rattel was playing in there. Like, it's just
Phil Esposito,
Gilbert, right? Espo. Yeah. Like, there was a lot of Ranger connections.
Is Espo a big thing?
Phil Esposito?
Yeah, I didn't know Espo was a big thing.
What do you mean?
The nickname Espo.
Calling him Espo?
Yeah.
Don, am I wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong with calling him Espo.
I thought Espo was his...
I'm not saying you're wrong. I didn't know.
Because I do that.
Friendly.
I didn't know.
I do that.
Well, that is true. Alan is overly familiar.
I do that, yeah.
And then the other thing is Bobby Hull didn't play because he had signed with the WHA, and it was just NHL players.
You mean Bohu?
See, I knew you were going to.
That's what I call him is Bohu.
No, that's my and we were Alan. You weren't here. I did toy with the possibility of going with a top 5 George Harrison songs because it's his birthday.
Well,
I wanted to do some sports.
All right, just out of curiosity, Don. My Sweet Lord.
Yeah, number 1, right? Give me it.
Well, no,
Please.
it wouldn't be number 1 for me, but it would be in the top 5.
Not number 1.
Well, because the George Harrison songs are the best. Something would be number 1 for me, while my guitar gently weeps would be 2.
Okay.
And Here Comes the Sun would be 3.
He does have hammers.
I'll tell you what, we really need that song right now.
Yeah. You know what? Fact. Although I think we have it, don't we? Was there sun?
Was there? There was some sun.
Yeah, there's sun.
But we need it to stay.
And I'm
No
sure
more snow.
I'm sure it doesn't make the list. But his hit from my childhood of "I've Got My Mind Set on You" was when I was a 10-year-old kid.
You like that?
Oh, as a kid,
Video was great.
Video's hilarious.
Yeah.
The song is just like,
Yeah.
you know, it's obviously it's incredibly pop, but just a nice, fun, feel-good record.
Yeah, don't
There's, he's the underrated Beatle.
And let's now. I'm guessing for you guys, when George Harrison dropped "I Got My Mind Set on You," that was like the definition of like kind of past his prime, old guy now, right?
Well, not that. I mean,
like you thought of it as very late. You think of it as very late, George Harrison, right?
Well, he died in 01. When did that song come out?
Well,
87?
That's
mid-80s.
What I want to hit you with, though, is just that as late as you may think of it, he was like 44 years old when that song came out.
Not that old.
Like, that should be prime of your life,
Right.
Like 44.
Right.
It's just funny because you think of it, you're like, wow, it's so long after the Beatles. But none of it's that long after the Beatles.
Didn't he join like a band, like just, wasn't there some all-star band he joined? Not the Traveling Wilburys? Oh, it was the Traveling Wilburys.
Peter and I talked about this. If you want to just be absolutely like floored, take a look at how old Roy Orbison was in the Traveling Wilburys.
Well, he's 16.
It was almost like they had to wheel him out. You get this because he died shortly after, but like you think that he's 107.
Roy Orbison, I only know of as looking older than death.
Right.
He was born in 36.
Yeah.
But he died at 52.
Right. So he was. But
What?
During the Traveling Wilburys, he was like 50 years old.
Oh,
No,
wow.
he's not old.
No.
He's not old.
That's not old. Sorry.
That's
younger than you and me.
Yeah, if you're a musician, you can start a new band at 50.
Oh, easy.
Like, that's not a big deal.
Yeah. Wow.
But when in the way they treated him, the way it was just like they're doing him the favor. Like,
Right.
let's bring the old man in.
Yeah.
I want to ask one last question before we take a break.
One last question.
Yes.
How big, I swear to you guys, I can only know my life experience, Roy Orbison got big to me when the movie Pretty Woman came out and the song blew up again.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, maybe, no, I guess it was before that, though, because he died in 88.
He had another song.
So what was, like, was he really big besides the song Pretty Woman?
Well, yeah, he did the Crying that Don McLean covered and had a hit with, but he had the original.
And Only the Lonely is his, too? That's original.
Yeah.
That's his? But how big a star was he in, like, the 70s, like 60s and 70s? He's big?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I just didn't know.
Well, probably bigger in
more 60s, right?
Yeah.
And, well, Pretty Woman's 1964.
Yeah. I think that was
like,
his.
I don't want to say country, but I think he kind of was like back and forth between the two a little bit.
Got it.
But it was just, when I see that he's like 50, it's
right.
That's wild. No, and the song did get huge again though when the movie got big. That I remember.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure. But the Traveling Wilburys were great.
Yeah.
You know, Tom Petty was in there.
Right.
But of course, that's not the best use in a film
Lynne.
of the song Pretty Woman.
Not the best.
No. Pretty
Van
Woman
Halen
is
cover?
not the best use of the song Pretty Woman.
I mean, movie-wise?
Oh, in a movie?
Yeah.
Now you got me.
It's Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
Well, come on, Cinderella. We got to get you ready for the ball. And then you see Jim Carrey getting his toenails clipped, doing all the things, trying on the outfits, and they're playing Pretty Woman through that. That's your number one with the bull.
That is a great. That's a good pull.
That's a good pull.
It's not even strange.
Good pull.
No,
It's not
nothing
strange.
with Dumb and Dumber can be strange. It can't be.
There's
Too
a
big.
difference between a good pull and a strange pull.
All right. Well, coming up, we have an apology to get to.
I love this.
Oh, nice.
And Don might not allow it.
Oh,
yeah. You got to stay tuned for this. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
It's a battle of Big East Titans when 15th-ranked St. John's visits 5th-ranked UConn. Coverage begins today at 6:40 on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
If you're tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates wants you to know you don't have to be afraid. No matter what challenging life situation you're facing while owing 10 or even hundreds of thousands in back taxes to the IRS, we have a solution. TRA has already negotiated over $1.5 billion in taxes owed by over 180,000 struggling taxpayers since 2017, earning over 1,000 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Generous tax debt forgiveness programs are currently available that can end your tax nightmare and may reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you're facing collections or an audit, don't lose hope. Act now to check what tax relief you may qualify for. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-583-4890. 800-583-4890. Again, that's 800-583-4890. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet. Our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-568-2790.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
I love this song. Like, there's certain songs you like, I like this song, or I love this song. How could you not? Listen to this. So, Don, when I hosted, I know you did it too, the Beatles channel, right?
Not the Beatles channel. It was
that's right. No, you did. That's right. You did Ozzy's Boneyard. So I got an hour on the Beatles channel, and I got to do 7 songs and then tell the story of how it relates to me and all that stuff. And really, a lot of it was about my mom, who was literally there at JFK when they landed, and just
that's great. I forgot that story.
Yeah. She was one of the screaming girls. Anytime you saw screaming girls, she was one of them.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
What a moment in time.
And so that was, so there was a lot of connections with the Beatles. My dad proposing to her to a song, a Beatles song. He put the song on. I'd have to go back now, to be honest with you, because there's a million different memories going on in my head right now. But the Here Comes the Sun is the story behind that, I guess, was that they were separated at that time, still working on the album, and I think he was with Clapton, and they'd gone through a lot, and it was just this sense of finding clarity again to get back together and start writing music again, and that's what that was about. It really wasn't weather related, as much as you want to think.
I assumed it was an actual song about
it was
sun.
Yeah, it was metaphorical, but it's just brilliant song.
And when you bring up Clapton, his guitar in While My Guitar Gently Weeps, that's him.
Yes.
And he was in his 20s. Right. Just imagine how cool that is that you played on a huge Beatles song. Yeah. As big as Eric Clapton is, that still is pretty amazing that he did that.
Right.
And then George returned the favor. I think he's on badge for Eric Clapton, but clearly While My Guitar Gently Weeps, to be the guitar player for that. You could hear it. You could hear that it sounds like Clapton.
Yep. Distinct. Hey, let's do a game time while we have this ominous music in the background.
But is it brought to you by?
It's brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, of course, because when it's game time. I like that. I thought you would do it in a southern accent, but okay, I'll accept. Coverage of St. John's UConn. That's not nothing, boys. That's a big game.
Sure is.
St. John's UConn immediately follows us on 8:80 a.m. That coverage begins at 6:40. So, yes, an ENN. And then we take you right into St. John's UConn, which is a massive game. The Devils, speaking of massive games, they're back in action tonight. That's why Don La Greca is at the Rock. And they take on the Sabres at the Rock. 7:08 puck drop, Donnie, right?
Yeah, but they got a ceremony going,
so
we'll see.
That's true.
It's got like a opening day feel to it. Everything's different now, post-Jack.
Yep. And the gold medal and all. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So we'll have Monica McNutt in the 5 o'clock hour coming up momentarily. But, Don, I'm going to give you the ability to accept or deny this incoming call that we have.
Okay.
Because if you recall, we had a caller the other day, actually yesterday,
sure.
the infamous 1.75 seconds call from Lang, who felt like Kenny pausing that long.
Looked at the play. I recorded it with my stopwatch. I'm taking into account reaction time. I am as jovial as anyone when it comes to the USA. I'm seeing a 1.75 to 1.85 second delay.
So He said it ruined the moment for him.
Right, and that's why I'm going to be going and getting like a Mona Lisa style frame.
Because he is banned. He is on the
right.
He's on the DHR worst caller is the sign, and you said you were going to take a steak knife and and drive it right through so that it can't be taken out of the wall on a load bearing wall.
And the rules, I believe, Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong. The rules of being the worst caller.
Yeah.
That you are banned until somebody's worse than him.
That's correct.
That's how we do it. Yes. So Lang is attempting to break into the line to talk to us for an apology. Are you willing to accept, or are you saying nope? Got to wait until another worse caller.
Well, he doesn't have to apologize to me. He's got to apologize to Kenny.
That's a fair point. So are you going to accept the
call?
call?
But I am very curious to hear what his
explanation is.
What he is going to say that he got wrong. If he's apologizing, then he's admitting he committed an error. So I'll leave it up to Anthony because Anthony's a rule guy.
Well, listen. Obviously, I put him on hold. He wants to apologize. If you guys aren't, if it's not satisfactory for you, he's still banned.
No. He made an effort. I want to honor that.
Let's hear what it says.
All right.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Lang in Connecticut.
Lang.
The floor is yours for your apology.
Gentlemen, allow me kindly to quickly preface the apology by mentioning I have the utmost respect for individuals in your line of work. In fact, you can ask my buddies, I refuse to go to a restaurant bar for a game unless they're playing the game audio. I think the announcer, a commentator, is an integral piece of the experience. I've not gone to bars for Knicks playoff games. I'd rather watch it at home if they have music on the background and not the game audio. Okay. I call in advance. With that being said, after you made a mockery of me yesterday in the ESPN community and the YouTube chat, I went back, I looked at the tape, and you made a really good point, Don, and I'm not doing this to get a rise, Peter, or troll, or to be, looking to kind of get attention. I'm being genuine here. I did not see a light over the goal. I did not take that into account. I think that's a really important piece, Don, that you mentioned. You can't see the referee if he's dramatically pointing to the goal, which is what they do. I love that. I love when they do that. I can watch a whole reel of that. And I overlooked that. So depending on where Kenny was in the arena, I can understand if he did not see the puck. So I would like to apologize for my comments. I don't like the designation of being the worst caller. It's not something I take lightly. It's a little embarrassing. I would ask you to consider accepting. If you don't, I'll live with it. I'm sure there's going to be another knucklehead that will say something worse. With all that being said, as a viewer, I shouldn't have time to really have the thought. And I don't think I'm that much brighter than any of your callers, but I had the thought, why isn't the announcer saying anything, watching the puck in the back of the net? So I apologize with the caveat that by me having that thought, it ruined the moment for me. I'm sorry.
Well,
it did. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself if you did not have that thought.
This took a turn. This took a turn.
Leave him. No.
He blew it. He blew it. I was going to accept his apology. And also the symmetry of as he's talking, guys, the Jumbotron was showing the goal.
Wow.
Because I guess they're getting ready. I guess they're going to show it during the course of the pregame.
I would think
and I'm
so.
like, the symmetry is just so perfect.
Yeah.
And then he completely soiled himself at the end of the call by saying,
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart.
Right.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
That's what he did.
You can't say it didn't ruin the moment. No, it never occurred to me. It didn't ruin the moment.
I can't
I
believe.
got a second stake in.
Oh, no.
I'm going to buy a backup frame. God forbid if something happens to the original frame. I'm going to take it. Guys, hear me out.
Okay.
We're listening.
I was going to accept his apology, and I thought he manned up, but then he couldn't help himself. I say forever banned.
Oh.
No.
The very
I'm
rare
only one vote.
lifetime
I'm
ban?
only one vote.
I think that's egregious.
Vote lifetime ban, and you know
We
what?
have
I'm
had-
ready to retire worst caller because there'll never be a caller worse
We
than
have had
that.
controversial moments on this show before involving callers. We
Yeah.
have had people say, I'm not a racist, and then say something that suggested racism. We have had people question whether or not Don knows anything about anything other than hockey, and if I know anything more about basketball. And Peter, you're a wrestling guy. We've had that moment.
Of course.
We have had many, many moments.
And some like more severe and offensive.
We had somebody ask us if we ever watched YouTube. We had that moment.
Yeah.
But we have never, ever had a lifetime ban.
I think this.
I'm just one vote. So
no, listen, Alan, I'm going to go to you on this. I'm against it, and I know we have to. Oh, we got a break. We'll talk on the other side.
We have Monica McNutt coming up next. You don't want to miss that. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Put in the box. This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Just a bad ride on the BQE westbound right before the Manhattan Bridge in Brooklyn. It's a crash in the right lane involving a tractor-trailer. Been out there for over an hour. You're jammed from the LIE. Hitting the brakes on the Southern State eastbound in Nassau County over by Newbridge Road. Broken down car in the left lane backed up there to Peninsula Boulevard. Starting to do better on the Cross Island northbound in Queens. Quickly picked up that accident by Northern Boulevard. No relief on the Deegan southbound heading over to the outbound George. Still have a collision on that ramp. Delays go back into the West 230s. Cross Bronx westbound, a slow go from the Bronx River Parkway. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels around a 5-minute ride. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Don Hahn Rosenberg is live from the Big East Tournament presented by Schweppes, Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, and Samuel Adams. Join DHR broadcasting live from the Irish Exit inside Moynihan Train Hall for a Big East extravaganza. Big East legends Charles Smith and Walter Berry will join us on site as we break down the action and relive the glory days. All courtesy of Schweppes. Stop by beginning at 3 p.m. Enter to win great prizes and make the Irish Exit your headquarters when the Big East takes center stage. Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea is available at Jack Doyle's and John Sullivan's. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Release a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 2.5 S Select all-wheel drive for $219 for 33 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR financing for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN466016. MSRP $32,010. Zero security deposit. APR $28.60 per month for $1,000 financed. Ends 3/2/26.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
5:03 in the big city with Don La Greca and Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. 800-919-3776 is the number. We'll get back to your calls. But it's Wednesday. We love talking with Monica McNutt each week, and she joins us right now. We are touchdown on the next city on this Knicks road trip, correct?
Correct. The beautiful city of Milwaukee.
Ah, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
What does that mean, Don?
Algonquin for the good land.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
No, wait. Now, Monica, if you could name the movie
She
that
does.
we
She
just
doesn't know.
referenced.
She obviously doesn't know.
Clueless. Completely clueless.
No. Oh, no.
I thought you was going to guess Clueless.
Seafood dinner.
Yeah, I thought you meant
No. Not guessing Clueless. I am Clueless.
It's the right era, actually. Clueless is close in era.
Yeah.
No, it would be the wonderful early 90s hit, 1991, I believe, or maybe 92. Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, yeah. So
Yep, I was 3. No thanks.
No.
Civil War happened. We know that. and I
hold
wasn't
on.
born
Could
yet.
we get Monica to watch Wayne's World before Damian Woody watches Napoleon Dynamite?
Well, I'll say this. Damian Woody always just says, guys, I really want to see it. I haven't had time. She just said, I was 3. No thanks. So she's out altogether
Already
just
out.
on that she missed it.
Neither would say.
We can't even create a competition for her. She's very competitive. If we say, if you watch that before D Wood watches what we asked him 3 months ago to watch, she gets a prize.
Have you seen Napoleon Dynamite, Monica?
I have seen Napoleon Dynamite because we were all in like high school-ish when Napoleon Dynamite was a thing.
All right. So that's
all right.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I like that.
Yeah, but of course she saw. I knew she was going to say yes because it's right in her era.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's in my wheelhouse. Yeah,
But you'll like Wayne's World. You're aware of what the sketch is, though, right?
Listen, I'm not. Help me.
You don't even know the sketch Wayne's World?
No. Wait, do I? Is
You
it like,
do.
not like
Mike Myers.
Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth.
with the hat, the crazy hair and the big hat?
Yes. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Swing.
But,
you know
okay.
all that. Of course you know all
Now
that.
here's I will watch you guys' movie because I'm expanding my palette.
I
these
love
days.
this.
I like. Yep.
But if
Yeah,
it's
that's what-
terrible, I am getting my entire take off next week, and I don't want to hear your opinions because it'll be my take.
Now that is a really compelling thing, and the interesting thing about Wayne's World is it is a timepiece in a lot of ways.
Great point.
I don't know.
Relatable? Not.
I don't know.
Not.
It may seem
It'd be tough.
Although I think if you really lock in and like you and your husband sit down on like a Friday night, like let's do this. Although I'm curious whether he's seen it. But if you guys really sit down and give it a shot, have a glass of wine or whatever you like to do to relax on the weekend, I recommend that as well. I wonder whether she'd like it or not because it is such a period piece.
I actually think Monica will understand me a lot better. She's like, oh, that's why you're like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
but
it.
just so you know, for the record, Monica, it's truly aimed age-wise, like at me. I was 13 when it came out.
Yep.
Like Alan was already, Alan and Don were already in their 20s. This was a movie aimed at teenagers.
19, 20, yeah, 19.
Like it's a 12 to 16-year-old kind of movie, but it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
What it has going for it, I will add, is that most of the movies that I was like too young to actually watch, but are considered notables from the 90s, I have enjoyed in hindsight. Now, I will.
Okay.
I'm venturing to say that this is not a black movie, though, so that's like a different element.
In fact,
No,
I'm trying
it's
to
quite a white
think.
movie.
Can you
I'm trying to
name
think if
a
anyone
black
is in
character?
the movie.
Is there even one?
Well, Tia Carrera is Asian.
Gorgeous.
She is not black though. Is there a black character in the film? Oh, no.
He got excited for a minute.
I thought there was.
Please don't let him be a janitor.
No.
Oh,
Well,
God,
Chris
help
Farley plays a security guard. You'll be excited to see him, but he's not black.
He's not black.
No.
Last I checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is heavy set. Doesn't count.
I like this, guys. I think this should be part of our shit. We will swap.
Which is Algonquin for the good land.
There you go. Right.
I like it
I'm
because,
into-
Monica,
I'm
if
into
you
this.
have a movie, because you play this game with
we gotta-
Tyler all the time, which I absolutely love, is that if
Okay.
you have some homework for us and you're like, fellas, you need to see this, and that will help you understand me better, then I'm all about the homework.
Okay, I'm into this. Now, I will say that I have decided that 2026, I literally just decided 2 hours ago because I finished a book about Toni Morrison's editorship, that most of my free time is going to go to reading her books that she wrote and edited. But I will add this movie wrinkle in because I like this. I think
I
it's
didn't
good
know
for
that
all of us.
Toni Morrison, as an editor, was a thing.
Incredible. Like the book I just finished today was called Tony at Random by Dana Williams. I wanted to finish it in January. I didn't get to it. But no, I didn't either, to be fair. But it was really good and really compelling. Like she edited Muhammad Ali's big, whatever, 900-page book thing. Like she was on that team. Like she was great. She did a bunch of
I
stuff.
did not know that.
See?
And now,
Yeah.
and then I want to see film recommendations because then what we could get into, which is great, is classic black films that she recommends that maybe I've seen, maybe Alan's seen, and Don definitely
No
hasn't
chance.
seen.
No chance.
That
What
could
are
be
you,
fun.
what are you trying to paint me as?
Just
I am here
a
for us sharing our culture.
I
love
love
this.
it. I'm happy.
That's what I like, that we all bring different culture.
I want Don's review of The Best Man next week. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
It's a great movie, Don. It really is.
You'll enjoy it. You really will. Don, are you into Morris Chestnut?
But
I can't say I am.
Oh, yes, you are.
Well, you remember.
I'm more of a Sidney Poitier guy.
Oh, my God, that's not true.
Hey, I love that.
You love Morris Chestnut.
Morris
We've been talking about him for weeks.
We had that conversation, Don, about why did he run straight? It's a bullet.
Oh, my God.
Zigzag.
Well,
anyways. All of this, Monica, is to avoid talking about the topic that nobody wants to talk about, which is
frustrating.
The question, like if I was still a beat writer, and last night happened, then I was sitting there waiting for Mike Brown, and then it was time to ask a question. I would politely raise my hand, and I would say, Mike, what the hell was that? Like I would ask each player, the first question would be, Jalen, what the hell was that? So, Monica, what the hell was that last night?
Well, okay, let's be beat writers together as we continue this creative way of navigating today's conversation. After you ask that, my follow-up question is going to be, when is the team meeting? Because what? Like, when is the meeting that we're not supposed to know about? Just let me know that it's going to happen, and I'll write about it in an eloquent fashion. But it is clearly necessary at this point, because what? I think, guys, I don't know. I don't know. I have been marinating on this since post-game last night. I have to send you the hilarious picture of what happened in my bathroom. It actually smelled great, but it was quite a scene I had never experienced at a hotel before.
You understand you're on radio, and the word you used was what happened in my bathroom, and it smelled great.
Yeah, that's interesting.
No. So let me give you a little context, and I'm going to go back to the question on last night. I'm on the phone with my husband, whatever. I'm like, all right, good night, go to bed. I get up to go to the restroom in my bathroom, and it is overflowed with bubbles and, like, shampoo or something, like, all over my floor coming out of my toilet. It smelled fantastic, but I was like, what? So somebody in the hotel got a little shampoo crazy, according to the engineer, and so I had to move my room at 2 o'clock in the morning because you don't want to walk into that.
Wow.
Wait, you think Monica found her way to drop madness with what you just said?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How soon could we? Is it possible to hear it back before we get her off the air?
I think it's possible. Yeah,
Monica, you might have made
What do I do?
Well, there's a tournament every year in March. Some people call it March Madness. It's basketball, but there's something bigger. It's called Drop Madness.
Okay.
It's just drops in. You know what drops are.
It's just
in
things
radio.
that are mishaps from the radio show that compete in a tournament. Like for example, earlier today, I'm going to play it for you right now.
No.
Your broadcast buddy Alan slipped into a Southern accent and almost a song. It sounded like this when talking about the Knicks.
Out 5 games on the road.
Did you hear that?
See, I don't think she hears it.
Did you hear it or no?
No, I heard 5 games on the road.
But you didn't hear. But listen how he says on the road. Listen.
Out 5 games on the road. Now, do the other one that I did the other day. That's the one that she's going to say, "What is wrong with you?"
If he was that bad.
Yeah, it's worrisome.
I don't know what happened. I work
That's a unique A.
It really is.
We're concerned about a possible
Definitely a regional dialect.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a Long Island dialect, but whatever.
It certainly is not. It might be another island, but not Long Island. That's for sure.
Okay, well, I'm honored to have found my way into the tournament.
It's awesome. Now the Knicks are trying to find their way into the tournament and at least get to the finals, but they're just wildly inconsistent, Monica. And is that just them? Peter came up with a great phrase, playing with your food, like just not taking certain games seriously, taking nights off. Is that the consistency, or is there something about their game that you should be concerned about why they're so wildly inconsistent?
Don, that's the thing, Don. I do not think that yesterday was about playing with your food. How could it be? After you got embarrassed last week against the team that's in front of you in the standings for the 3rd time this season, and you're rolling into the team that's on your heels, like, how could it be for a lack of focus, right? I think the latter part of what you said is probably true, and quite frankly, this to me is a reflection top to bottom. That's players, that's coaching staff, that's the entire operation needing to overhaul and back up what the owner said to end 2025 in that we have enough. Because right now, even if I told you on paper, combined, you're looking at, what do you got? You had 2 All-Stars this past season. You've got All-NBA caliber guys. Like, you've got guys that are respected even though they may not have been award winners in the league, but they're respected for their hustle and their grit and the intangibles. All of these things. Mm-hmm. If I looked at it on paper, it makes no sense. And so I will not, while these are professional athletes, I'm not going to exclude them from the human experience of just losing focus, right? But top to bottom, you got to get it right because this is a performance industry. I do not think it is about the physical abilities. There is something wonky happening in terms of this team's ability to focus and pull for one another. The thing to me, besides the losses rather, to Detroit and Cleveland. The thing to me that stands out is watching teams on the other end that are playing and celebrating with each other every single play. There is no confusion about how things go in Detroit. Whether it's to their benefit or it will be their demise, Cade Cunningham is their number one, and everybody else will get behind him and play defense, right? Even now in Cleveland, with the addition of James Harden, okay, cool. Donovan's still the guy, but James Harden is going to create gravity on the floor that's going to open it up for our big guy, Jared Allen, who as of late has been unlocked. There's no confusion about that. And so even with, in the case last night, Kenny Atkinson is talking about Jalen Tyson being pulled from the starting lineup, blah, blah, blah. That kid still gets out there and goes hard, plays hard, doesn't complain about his new role. I thought yesterday, top to bottom, looked confused by literally, guys, I never do this. I wrote down most of the lineups. I stopped doing it about halfway through the third quarter because I was over it. But I'm looking like, what kind of combinations are these? Top down. Last night was a confused performance that does not bode well to move forward.
And the other part, Monica, that we all did the first segment of the pregame show when you joined us, and you heard us, and we were talking with you, and all of us were trying to figure it out. It was after a weekend that Karl Anthony Towns had, where it felt like, is he starting to figure it out? Did something click? Did something happen? Because that was the first time you saw in back-to-back games, especially in crunch time in Chicago, where you said, okay, there's the guy that they need. Shaq told them, you've got to dominate every night. You've got to have that attitude to dominate every night. And then last night, 4 for 4 first quarter. Okay, he's off to a good start. Yep. Some guys are struggling, but he's still got it going. And then we don't see another shot until the second half, and we only see one more shot the rest of the game. I can't say that's on one person. I feel like that's on multiple people. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree with you. No, that's what I'm saying. Top to bottom, both on the floor and both as part of the teams in terms of preparing for that game. Like, everybody was off. It was bad. Now, again, I don't want to get stuck because you still got 23 games to go or whatever it is. But it should be a stake in the ground, a seminal moment, if you will, for we need to get this thing right before it's too far gone. The Eastern Conference is not the given that I think folks thought it was when we came into this season. This team right now has not demonstrated that I can be confident in them falling into a 4 seed and still getting back to the conference finals. Like, I'm just not confident in that. And so in order for this thing to get turned around, the first step, one, is identifying the issues. Now, I'm not sure if they are just personality quirks, guys trying to get their numbers off. I don't know what it is. But whatever it is not working and it needs to be fixed immediately.
You know, and how much do you think the Celtics are a factor in how we view – I know I keep bringing this up, guys, but I think it's worth note. I mean, this is, with the rumors that Jason Tatum comes back, but even if Tatum doesn't come back, you're talking about a Coach of the Year, at least conversation, an MVP at least conversation around Jaylen Brown, and a team that has zero pressure and is playing so well. Do you think the Celtics have overall just changed what this conference was supposed to be?
Yes, I give the Celtics a ton of credit. Now, I will say this. I remember saying this in the offseason with Melo and the guys being like, I don't know why people think the Celtics are going to be bad. They still have a core. They still got Jaylen Brown. They still got a coach. Are they better than even I thought they would be? Yeah. But, again, it's a very clear hierarchy rolling in Boston in terms of who does what. And so I think a little therapy moment. My therapist says clear communication is love, right? Like, that is how you move forward with everyone knowing exactly what they're supposed to do. Now, the second part of that obviously becomes acceptance. But yes, the Celtics, how good both the Celtics and the Pistons are only shines a light on the shortcomings of the Knicks right now.
So what's more likely in your mind? They finish with a 2 seed or the 4?
Yikes. Oh, John, I don't. Oof. Today I'm not feeling great about a 2. I will be candid about that because. Right. We talked about this last week. You get ready to hit the road. That's no joke. Then what is the 2 home games you got over the stretch are San Antonio and Oklahoma City. San Antonio looks worlds different from what you saw in Vegas. And quite frankly, you're looking at Vegas like, was that a good night or is there a system in place that is effective for these Knicks? Because the system has failed them in the games that have mattered since then. I don't know. Now, what you still hold out hope, I think, is you want to believe that you'll still be able to lean on experience come the postseason. and the shortcomings of some of these other teams in terms of the absence of depth. But we all know, like, we've covered sports and frankly, entertainment, anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you have a conversation about how talent laps will be run around talent if it is up against someone who works harder?
Right.
And right now, as I look at these teams
always beats talent. Right.
Yeah, right? Like, as I look at these teams that the Knicks are vying for position against, like, the mental piece of the hard work. I don't know exactly what they're doing in the gym, but the mental piece and the commitment to their systems is far more clear and urgent than what we've seen from the Knicks in big games.
And with that, there's something that we discussed at the very beginning of the show, a point that Peter brought up. Because you can't escape the idea that this team, went on a run last year, that we have seen them at times play really well, the core of this group. They made a coaching change. Last year, the years before, they had a hard-driving coach where every game mattered. We play for tonight. We don't worry about tomorrow. Whether it's a back-to-back, road trip, tired, doesn't matter. We play for tonight. That's how Tom Thibodeau coached the team. Drove them. Mike Brown seems to have a different philosophy and could that sort of be this? That, the hard-driving coach is gone, and maybe Mike Brown is eased back in the middle of the regular season thinking, I can't throttle down now. I've got to wait this is a veteran team. I got to push those buttons later in the year. I'm trying to find the optimistic take on this, but is it as simple as maybe just a difference in philosophy, and that's what we're seeing? Yeah, I don't like it either, but it's the best I could do.
I sent you a picture of my toilet, by the way, Hahn. But
Sorry?
I sent you a picture of the toilet from North Room. Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
Thank you.
Okay, focus.
Oh my God.
That is, isn't it crazy? That is.
Wow. It almost looks romantic.
I told you guys, it's nuts. So I was actually talking to my husband about this last night, who's also in basketball, and he's like, this is classic year after Tibbs. He's like, I was in Chicago. Like, I remember dudes immediately after Tibbs was gone complaining about how soft Fred Hoiberg was. And, like, same thing in Minnesota. Like, Saunders comes in, like, this is not regimented. This is not. The one thing that I will say, I remember, was it after? It was in the postseason, the Philly win. Isaiah Hartenstein actually gets the block that I think people forgot was a part of finishing that win because he did the crazy shots with DiPietro and all that. But I remember that postgame so vividly because Isaiah said, we knew what the play was. Tibbs does a great job of preparing us. That is not a compliment that I have heard. I don't know if that means it is or is not happening, but in such a pivotal moment, that was sort of a theme that we had heard under Tibbs. Be that as it may, here you are, right? And so I think it is maybe not wise to assume just because you have a veteran group that they don't need to be pushed. I love our guys. I think they are great men, great dads, fiancés, husbands, the whole bit, friends. Like, I love it. But I do think as I'm, continuing my way in covering the NBA, the assumption of veteran poise is not always safe, right? Like, you guys, Hahn, you've been around. Like, some guys are supremely talented. Some guys have worked their butt off, and that is who they are. And so I think we probably are looking at a combination of that. The more I think about it, I'm wondering if, they took one too many days off over the All-Star break, and they are very much a team that needs to stay in rhythm, and we're still trying to rev it back up to that old rhythm. There's a lot of things at play here, but I definitely think with every coach, there are the things that you admire about them, and there are the things that become their challenges. And so here we are, the decision to make a new coach. The rest of the way, and this is where you lean on the experience of Mike Brown in terms of being a part of organizations that play deep into June. Okay, I fully see who these guys are. It is now time to kick it up a notch. Like, let's go, because you need to be peaking to play your best basketball by the time April 18th rolls around when the playoffs start.
Well, lucky for you, you get 2 days off in Milwaukee. How about that? And unlucky for them.
Sunny. I can't wait.
Oh, you have sun. That's nice.
You know
but
what?
Unlucky for them, one of these days is going to be a tough practice, clearly, after a game like that. So we'll see what the results show.
And before we let you go, Monica, here is the potential drop for Drop Madness from Monica earlier. Let's hear how it came out. Here we go.
Oh, okay. I'll send you the hilarious picture of what happened in my bathroom. It actually smelled great, but it was quite a scene.
That is slightly troubling.
That's one out of context. That could
out of context.
Yeah,
winner.
That could be a sneaky sneaky.
I don't know.
Like
It's going to get surpassed by what she said later in the call.
Yes.
Yeah, because later in the call, I think she said, "I'm going to send you a picture of my bathroom."
Here we go.
I sent you a picture of my toilet, by the way.
Oh,
there it is. That's the winner of the two. That's the cleaner.
I sent you a picture of my toilet, by the way.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
the one.
Monica, good luck in Drop
So
Madness.
funny. Thanks, guys.
We appreciate you.
Later.
That's a very late entry. I mean,
Enjoy
Drop
Wayne's World,
Madness
too.
is just weeks away.
Yeah.
Man.
I got my review on Wayne's World.
All right. Next week.
All right. She'll do it. I have confidence. She's got some travel. Like, I don't think she'll watch it with her husband on a Friday night.
Doubtful.
She'll watch it, coming back from Milwaukee or on the West
Milwaukee
Coast trip.
Yeah. I think she'll like it. I do. And I think you guys would love a trip to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
And now's your chance, courtesy of FanDuel. All you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you'll be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for two. NBA futures let you lock in your pick for who you think will go all the way. Whether it's a team win, whether it's your team to win the championship or a conference title, visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 and over, physically present in New York. No purchase necessary. Limit one entry. For Profit Boost token, opt-in required. Must apply Profit Boost token on select market. Restrictions apply. See full terms, including methods of entry at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
All right, we've teased it enough. If George were alive, what would the Yankees look like?
Yeah.
We have an idea, actually, and we're going to tell you about it next. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hosting, grilling, just want a great dinner, you gotta start at Wild Fork Foods. Brazilian beef tenderloin, only $10 a pound. Atlantic salmon portions, just $9.98 a pound. Premium quality without the premium price. Every product is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. With over 450 options, there's something for every occasion. Shop 7 locations, or you can order online for same-day delivery. WildForkFoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat, wild prices.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. If you're heading inbound at the George, stick with the lower deck if you can. Crash on the upper level closer to the New York side. It's blocking the center lane. Going to run you about 15 to 20 minutes in building. Doing a lot better on the Deegan southbound, heading over to the outbound George. Finally cleaned up that crash on the ramp to the Cross Bronx. Cross Bronx westbound just packed from White Plains Road on through. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels not too bad, just about 5 to 10 minutes each. Slow crawl at the Outer Bridge crossing heading into New Jersey. Broken down car on the span. You're jammed there from the Staten Island side. Goethals Bridge looking pretty good heading in that direction. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-372-2017. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-372-2017. 800-372-2017. 800-372-2017.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5 S-Select Sport all-wheel drive for $209 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM105852. MSRP $29,530. Zero security deposit ends 3/2/26.
All right, Donnie, so we've talked about this off the air for a couple of days now.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been waiting for, a good opportunity to do it. And I think now is the best time. And this is, of course, something we hear a lot from Yankee fans of a certain age, a certain vintage.
Sure.
I think I'm in that generation that does a lot of this. If George were alive,
right,
none of this would happen. Well, Ron Guidry did that.
Mm-hmm.
He had an interview with Bob Klappich, I believe. And
I call him the Clap.
The Clap, which I don't think he likes, but we'll call him.
Why would he?
Would you?
It's powerful, though.
How about the Clapper? You just call him Clapper.
Clap on, clap off.
Yeah, the Clapper.
The Clapper.
Right, it's a hockey nickname. Anyway, so in the column that he wrote in this interview with Guidry, the quotes are basically, George would have found a way to match the Dodgers. Whatever they did, he would have done better. If they signed one star, George would have signed two. He would have tried his best to stop what's going on. And then he also said something because that part is what fans say and all that stuff. And, it's easy to say when it's not your money. Because the money's different, as Don has pointed out many times. It's different money than it was in the 70s and even in the 90s. But this is the part that caught my attention, fellas. Because what's different around the Yankees now that George isn't around? One way or another, he said, you'd be looking for the newspaper every morning to see what George had to say. Today, it's really calm, meaning in the clubhouse. When I was playing, there was always tension. Guys were always looking over their shoulders like, what's next? He said it's actually boring this way. The players today don't have to deal with the tension. They've never experienced that. But George knew what he was doing. He'd wait to see if you'd stand up to him, because if you had the guts to do that, then he knew you weren't afraid of anyone. That's the kind of player he wanted on his team, end quote. So let's do away with the he'd outspend the Dodgers part, because I think we know that might not be true.
Right. Or might not be able to.
That's what I mean, because, again, it's just different money we're talking about. But the second part, I kind of think he's onto something here. There is a much different, kinder, gentler Yankee approach, which is why they wanted Boone, not Girardi, which is what Cashman's about. No negative publicity. No one says anything negative about players. We don't criticize or condemn, right?
Hmm?
Judge is very much like that, too, in his approach. And here's the question. Is that part of the problem here? Is it maybe because there isn't a sense of urgency, a real one, not the typical athletes? Of course we want to win. We all know you want to win. But is there a pressure to win the way it was and what worked for many years, the right years anyway, when George was the owner? Am I crazy to say at least there might be something to this theory?
Oh, there's definitely something to it, but I think it's strategic. Because I didn't ask you this when we talked about it. So I'll be interested to hear your answer, and Peter's answer too.
Sure.
If you remember the old George, he was very, very critical of players. Don't you think he might have had something to say to the newspapers about Judge's struggles in the postseason?
Yes.
Especially around contract time?
Yes.
And don't you think he probably would put a lot of pressure on Judge to be better in the postseason? Maybe he'd make comments like, well, maybe if 99 hit some home runs, we would have won that series.
You mean Mr. May, as he once referenced Dave Winfield?
Exactly. So I ask you this question. If that was the way George treated Judge, does he sign with San Francisco?
Great question. That's why I think it's fair to say that what we're learning here, because it's a great point you make here, because maybe this is now the moment that the generation of Yankees fans who keep saying, if George were alive, have to realize that if George were alive, it wouldn't work today. That was a bygone era. Sparky Anderson, Earl Weaver, Billy Martin, you can't manage that way. You can't coach that way. And players today don't accept that type of treatment. It doesn't work anymore.
Well,
and it's just reality now. It's reality.
I don't think players liked being treated that way back in the day, but if you wanted to win and the Yankees were winning, you'd like, all right, listen, I'll live with it. But I think one of the reasons Hal, who was around during that time, that was his dad.
Yeah.
He was around the team, probably looked at it and go, we've got to change our ways here because we can't be as heavy-handed. Because of revenue sharing, there are other teams that can spend money. It's already an inordinate amount of pressure to play in New York with all the media and all the scrutiny and the history. I don't want to apply the screws even more and make these players not want to play here. And when you look at the way players are now, where they have their own podcasts, where they can make the statements they want, you think they're going to want to hear an owner calling you Mr. May, calling you a bum, saying you need to be better? Like, the fans love that because they're thinking the same thing. That's why they love George so much. But you think these players would stand for that?
No. Again, I do think it's different. There was a time, Don, again, you and I are closer in age. You played high school sports. You understand, there was a different approach that coaches had then that you just knew was part of the deal. Don, you probably have at least one time in your life experienced a coach just tearing into you.
Oh, yeah.
In front of everybody.
I will remember it until the day I die.
Yeah.
I was at first base, ground ball to the second baseman. Instead of getting in a rundown so that the runner that hit the ball to second would be safe, I decided to see if I could run through his glove and knock the ball out. But I ended up being an easy out and ended up being a double play.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my dad went to all my games, and my dad was like, yeah, you should have gotten into a rundown. And I think the coach got aggravated that my dad beat him to the criticism. And he just said, don't ever do that again.
Wow.
The manager, Coach O'Brien. And it shook me. To the fact that happened when I was probably a sophomore in high school. So we're talking it happened, over 40, and it still sticks with me.
Yeah, in the moment.
That day.
Yeah, you relive it.
Wait, real quick. You were the man on first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ball was hit in front of you?
He was the runner.
Ball's hit in front of me to second base. And the idea is I should have stopped, get him to chase me back to first, and that would allow the guy that hit the ball to be safe at first base. Instead, I tried to knock the ball out of his hand, so I was out instantaneously, and he just threw the ball to first base. And
still got the double play.
And I got double play, yeah.
Easily got the double play.
Yeah.
And but still, it was
but that's a different
play
world.
by me.
It's a different world. Now when you see a coach raise his voice at a player, what's the first thing everybody does?
Hey, what did we say to Dable when he was chewing out Daniel Jones?
Yeah. Like it becomes abusive, and and so that's why the idea of George doing this today. Like, first of all, let's just take it simple. Today's world, there's a lot of in the major sports. There's owners. Some of them have a lot to say. Some of them love talking to the media. Name me one that comes anything close to what George was in his day. You can't.
Maybe Jerry Jones.
Jerry's as close as they
come. He's probably coming across more as the GM when he does that than the owner.
Right.
Yeah, he's not like as much as we make fun of Jerry.
But he doesn't tear into. Like, you remember what he called Hideki Arabu? You can't do that.
No.
Today?
There's no comp to that.
You can't. It's a different world now.
You know what? I think a player, even though players don't like being chewed out by the manager or the head coach, they would accept that more than an owner calling you a name, calling you Mr. May or a pussy toad.
Yeah.
They'd be like, I don't need this. I'm getting out of here.
You said fat pussy toad.
Again, we talked about this, Alan. You were a writer. When that story
we had to put dashes in.
How do you spell pussy?
You had to. We at Newsday put dashes in.
I don't think.
We couldn't write it out because.
Yeah, what the hell?
You can't. Yeah. You can't write it. So in print, we had to use dashes. Yeah, that was a big meeting, an editorial meeting about what to do.
I don't know, because how do you spell pussy?
Is it
P-U-S-S-I-E? I don't think there's any need to even go.
He already did. He tried it.
No, but that's not the way you spell the other word.
Right. But it doesn't matter because when you're reading it, not enough people would know what he's referencing.
Yeah, I think either way.
So we had to go with dashes.
Hey, you spelled that wrong.
Oh, please.
I probably would take pussy myself.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. I was a clerk back then, so the calls we would get at the news desk, there's some wackos out there. And
you don't say.
I know, it's hard to believe, right? So you would take a call, and they would just wanted to just complain to you. We were always told, just let them complain and then hang up.
Right.
So you would hear people just go on and on about it.
Yeah, because for people who don't know, that before social media, and for people that didn't want to wait for the editorial section of the New York Times,
right, to write your letter to the editor,
they would call.
Yeah.
I don't know how they'd get the number to the radio station. I used to get abusive faxes at WFAN.
No way.
Yo, because one time, in '96, I was working at the Fan. And I said on the air that maybe Todd Hedkin deserved the Cy Young over Andy Pettit. And I got nasty faxes from a guy.
Faxes.
With stats and everything. Fax.
Nasty faxes.
I saved
he had
them.
the
I
number
bring them in
somehow.
one day.
You still have it?
Oh, yeah, I kept them.
Of course you did.
Oh, this
Like, again, because anybody thinks that like people are meaner now than they were back then. No, they just have the outlet, social media.
Well, right. But back then, you had to at least back then though, you had to do the work.
You had to work for it. If you,
know
wanted
what I mean?
if you wanted to spew your crazy, you had to work for it.
Well, but that's basically that to me in a nutshell is kind of my issue with our entire business. Is that you may not like what Don has to say or Alan has to say or certainly what I have to say.
Right.
And we're all just sports fans to some degree who love it. But what makes us yo-yos different than other yo-yos was that we loved it so much that we went on a path of reckless abandon to get to these microphones so we could be the ones to talk about it. And forever, there was a privilege that came from that work. If you were in a situation where you were able to do that, we were all fortunate. None of the three of us came from abject poverty where we had parents who supported us. We were able to pursue our dreams, go to school, whatever our path was. And we earned this then with our hard work. Now, you can not have enough drive to do any of that, not do any of the work, and if you're provocative enough, still get a pretty big microphone on social media and scream at the world.
Yeah.
That is why I resent social media so much. It's in some cases it's no work, and still you get the microphone.
This is what I said yesterday.
See,
in a nutshell.
Now, some people on social media do work, and they put together a channel, and they actually do some things.
Get ready for this.
But some don't.
How about this? Like, there's a ounce of respect that I do have for Lang. Because he made the effort to get the stopwatch out. He actually made the phone call.
He did the work.
And he could have sent that in a tweet and be like, all right, yo-yo. But he did the work.
No, and he called. And
Right,
he was
that's
willing
what
to
he
have the yo-yo and called again.
Because you know how many people, like, type vitriol and then they just like, halfway through they're like, this isn't worth it. But when
he went for
and
it.
you find out what the fans' fax is.
No, that's something.
Actually print something, copy something,
about-
go
have
look up stats, and then send the fax.
Also, we may have to revisit ENN. Actually, I'd like to, guys, if it's okay. I need to revisit the last 25 seconds of the Lang apology call because it's one for the books.
The way he turned.
It was a heel turn.
You're making up with your wife, and you're going, honey, I'm so sorry. Ultimately, I should have just woken up last night and taken care of the baby because you had a long day. And, even though I also had a long day, I should have done it. But I think we would both agree that if you think for 1 second that your day was as hard as mine, you're out of your freaking mind.
Right.
But I'm sorry.
Right.
It was insane.
Yes.
Absolutely insane. We got to revisit that.
Which certainly made it fun. ENN, top of the hour, of course. Your calls at 800-919-3776. Of course, on whether or not, like what Guidry said, again, about George and that whole thing. I mean, are you ready to let it go? Because what we just discovered, it might be time. See us live, by the way, from the Irish exit at Moynihan Train Hall, Friday, March 13th, before the semifinal round of the Big East tournament. Stop by before heading into the Garden or before your commute home. We're right there. We did it last year. It was a lot of fun. You never know who's going to stop by. Don Hahn Rosenberg live from the Irish exit at Moynihan Train Hall, starting at 3 p.m. Friday, March 13th, just steps away from Madison Square Garden and, of course, Penn Station. It's brought to you by Schweppes, Above the Rim Refreshment. Feel the madness and refresh your game with a Schweppes Seltzer or Schweppes Ginger Ale, Sam Adams, and Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Available at Jack Doyle's and John Sullivan's. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please, of course, drink responsibly. Your call's next on Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
It's a battle of Big East Titans when 15th-ranked St. John's visits 5th-ranked UConn. Coverage begins today at 6:40 on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
If you're tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates wants you to know you don't have to be afraid. No matter what challenging life situation you're facing while owing 10 or even hundreds of thousands in back taxes to the IRS, we have a solution. TRA has already negotiated over $1.5 billion in taxes owed by over 180,000 struggling taxpayers since 2017, earning over 1,000 five-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Generous tax debt forgiveness programs are currently available that can end your tax nightmare and may reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you're facing collections or an audit, don't lose hope. Act now to check what tax relief you may qualify for. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-583-4890. 800-583-4890. Again, that's 800-583-4890. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Sponsor your job on Indeed. Get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today. Biggest fresh snow for the city, the suburbs, and the shore. Although Mountain Creek, New Jersey and Shawnee, Pennsylvania both did very well with 10 inches fresh. Uphill, downhill snowshoe race for Shawnee Mountain next Sunday. Thunder Ridge, Southern New York got 1.5 feet. It was 14 inches for Mount Peter. It's pack powder day and night for those smaller family-style ski areas. Wyndham picked up 0.5 foot in the Catskills. It's 100% with pack powder for both Wyndham and Bel Air. Southington, Sundown, and Mohawk all got 1 foot of fresh snow since Sunday in Connecticut. They're all on pack powder day and night. Butternut with 1 foot to 1.5 feet fresh since Sunday in the Berkshires. Stratton and Killington with 15 inches since Friday in Vermont and fresh snow falling.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
It's crazy to see how much everyone's changed at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yes, he told Tim he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but he said it's way more than that. It also skyrockets nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. Tim started taking it right away, and trust me, I've already noticed results.
Wow, I might just have to go catch up with Brian.
After 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. Feel like your old self again with Total T2. Stronger, leaner, and more energized. Just text ORDER to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone and nitric oxide booster. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's ORDER to 369-369. ORDER to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility, in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you. No, you don't. You want all the shine. No, I don't. Call whatever you want. Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
Think premium meat has to come with a premium price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. You can get Brazilian beef tenderloin for only $10 a pound. Yes, $10 a pound. And Atlantic salmon portions for just $9.98 a pound. That's steakhouse and seafood house quality at home. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. You can shop one of their 7 locations or order online for same-day delivery. WildForkFoods.com. Wild Fork Foods. Quality meat. Wild prices.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 2.5 S Select with all-wheel drive for $219 for 33 months, or buy with 1.9% APR financing for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN 466016, MSRP $32,010, zero security deposit, APR at $28.60 per month per $1,000 finance, ends 3/2/26.
All right, little Fushnickens there for you, because apparently that album on this day, Jake said.
What did I miss? What did he play? Lush Move?
No, not Lush Move.
True Fushnick?
No.
Ring the Alarm?
Not Ring the Alarm.
True Fushnick.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. It was True Fushnick.
I was going to say, did he play something on the album?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, yeah, it took a while. We got there.
So,
Jacob, how do you know
that
True
was,
Fushnick? That is so random.
I told you, he's got a wealth of knowledge and a great ear.
Usually it happens when I just like one song and I'll take a deep dive and then I find out.
Same.
Either conversations with my friends or like older siblings about, my brother's really tapped into music. So
oh, really?
He usually passes down. Like when I play like Ice Cube or like anything from
How
like
old's your brother?
44.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, your brother's your unk.
Wow.
Just about, yeah. I'm a big bro.
Yeah, he's a big bro. Big bro's unk status. Now,
And so is he just into music? Does he work in music? What's the deal?
He used to be into music. Now he does like construction, but he's like heavy into music from like Frank Sinatra to like, NWA and Ice Cube.
Everything.
You guys describing me.
Yeah, sounds like that. Sounds very Alan Hahn.
I love
Now,
you might get along with him. Queen's guy.
I guarantee you I'd get along with
Ballard reached out to me, by the way, when we were having the Orbison conversation.
Orbison. Okay.
And he was like, he said, Orbison's a god in music.
I got actually.
He said he's Rolling Stone ranked him the 37th greatest American musician of all time.
37.
Yeah.
So our good friend Ned Hayden, who loves to listen to the show.
We love Ned.
He's CBGB's guy. He was in a ton of bands and all that stuff. He wrote a great book about grunge that I gave to Don after I'd done reading. Anyway, Ned said Roy was Johnny Cash's best friend. Lived next door to each other. The Beatles watched Roy record "Oh Pretty Woman" back in the back of the bus on tour in England. He gives me this whole history about Roy Orbison.
Orbison's
how huge
he's
he
even
was.
bigger than I realized. I knew he was big. I didn't know he was considered a god.
He said his last album, Mystery Girl, was great and had a hit. You got it. You got it. You remember that song, right? You got
everything
it.
you want. You got it.
Yeah, there you go.
And he was 100 years old when he dropped that. And by that I mean 50.
Half that. And then he said there's a documentary, Black and White Night, and see all the stars that wanted to play with him. That's how much he was revered.
Wow.
You got to love that. All right, calls here real quick before ENN. How about Richie in Huntington? Richie?
Hey, boys. Long time no chat. How's
What's
everybody
happening?
doing?
What's up?
Good. Actually, Don, I think you would appreciate this. I've been on a 7 bus binge. I listened to Animosity 3 times from beginning to end already.
I think I speak for all of us when I said we're not exactly sure what you said. Can you talk better in your phone?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe you're on speaker or something. Here we go. Let's try again.
No, I have my earphones in. Hold on 1 sec.
Oh, there it is.
Is that better?
Yeah,
way
it
better.
is.
Yeah.
There we go. No, so what I said before was, Don, I've been on a 7 bus binge. I listened to Animosity 3 times from beginning to end because it's so good.
7.
Well, 7 times.
7 dust 3 times. I didn't listen to
Nobody said there'd be math.
Yeah.
We
Cool,
got
man.
you. Okay. All right.
Yeah. No, so guys, I wanted to talk. Maybe Alan, I'm kind of trying to talk you off a ledge a little bit because I get your pain, and I saw the Knicks game, and I'm not numb, not upset, but I'm a little disappointed. But I can't give up hope yet. So I'm just gonna cut to the chase real quick. If I can say we're probably still mathematically in because, Alan, I think you've already said it. We hit the 4th seed. We make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Guess who we're playing? Probably the Pistons.
Right.
So I kind of want to do
But
this.
if you get the 4th seed, you're not playing them in the finals. You're playing them in the second round.
Right.
Correct. Yeah, in the second round.
And you don't want that.
So no, I don't want that. You're absolutely right.
Right.
So I kind of want to play this game with you because we have 23 games left, and it's kind of appropriate because it's not that much. We're going to bring the Michael K. show back. I want to play the win-loss.
Oh, we love that game.
Oh, wow. For 23 games?
23 games.
Yes, 23 games.
Well, Richie, the unfortunate thing is we can't do it now because ENN is coming up in 3 minutes. So I'll tell you what, this could be something we do because there's 2 days before the next game. Maybe we can get to it tomorrow. All right, so call back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But one thing I did notice, Peter,
Mm-hmm.
the 5:15 out of Newark, we did not hear it today.
5:27.
It was at 5:27.
Yeah, they were delayed today.
I was we were in break when it happened.
Well, that's what 5:27 represented, I believe. Well, we will not be late for ENN.
Bet your ace.
Because that is coming up next. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S Select Sport all-wheel drive for $209 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM105852. MSRP $29,530. Zero security deposit ends 3/2/26.
Ever wanted to go to the NBA Finals? Well, now's your chance, courtesy of FanDuel.
All you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you'll be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for two. NBA futures let you lock in your pick for who you think's going to go all the way, whether it's a team to win the championship or a conference title. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. So if you want to go to the NBA Finals, all you have to do is use your profit boost on an NBA future, and you'll be entered for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for two. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. No purchase necessary. Limit one entry for profit boost token. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Restrictions do apply. See full terms, including methods of entry, at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Get home safe and quick. We still have some slick and icy spots out there on the roads. Doing a lot better at the inbound George. They picked up that crash on the upper deck, just about a 5-minute ride. But if you're getting on the southbound West Side Highway, it's a slow crawl heading into the 120s. Crash out there blocking the right lane. Worst of it's the outbound George, Cross Bronx westbound, bumper to bumper from the Bronx River Parkway through to underneath the apartments. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels much lighter than normal, just about 5 to 10 minutes each. Slow crawl on the Jackie Robinson westbound in Queens. A collision right before Cypress Hill Street. Traffic is stopped there and backed up into Kew Gardens. Over in Jersey, Devils are home at the Rock tonight in Newark. Packed on 280 in both directions, heading over to 21 in the Stickle Drawbridge. Eastbound especially slow. You're solid there from the Garden State Parkway. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
the very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
How's everyone doing? Good, grand, wonderful. Welcome to ENN. It's brought to you by Ramsey Maz.
Sure is.
Oh, yeah, ENN. You know.
Ray Rowe.
Yeah.
You ever watch YouTube?
Uh-huh.
Good evening, Alan.
If he was that bad.
Good evening, Alan.
Out 5 games on the road. Out 5 games on the road. Something happened. Something really has happened in my frontal lobe.
I know.
Jacob, do you have enough time to try to take the instrumental to On the Road Again and just add a On the Road Again? It would be tough. It might sound like
that.
I might be able to make something happen.
No, listen, but it might be bad, Jacob. It really might not work, but it could work. It's worth it. And you don't have to do it like 2 or 3 times. Good evening to Monica.
I have to send you the hilarious picture of what happened in my bathroom. It actually smelled great, but it was quite a scene.
And good evening to Monica.
I sent you a picture of my toilet, by the way.
That's the one.
Already in the bracket.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When do we start seeding?
Oh, good question.
What does that mean?
We're almost in March.
Well, they have a.
We're good.
They have. Well, no. You guys have your 64.
I'm getting the thumbs up from.
But new
Jake.
ones can come in.
And
correct.
Knock out some others.
I guess that just happened.
Somebody got bounced.
It would be very hard, I think, at the moment, and now you guys will try, to knock off the top seeds.
Yeah.
From being the top seeds.
You have automatic bids that are already in. They're locked.
If he was that bad.
But I can tell everybody the first day of the tournament will be the first day of the actual tournament. That is March 19th.
Okay.
So
Like you
sometime on the 16th, 17th, or 18th, whatever works for everybody, whenever maybe everybody's here,
I love it.
we will have the bracket reveal show and reaction to follow.
Yeah, what we'll do is, we'll come up here and maybe 2 o'clock, jump on, do a half hour,
I love
reveal
it.
all the brackets.
I love it.
And send people there. Let's say good evening to the caller.
Huge Don La Greca fan. Peter, love you, boss. Let me tell you.
That's tough. That is a tough. Tough for Alan there. Good evening to Lang.
I'm seeing a 1.75 to 1.85 second delay. I don't like the designation of being the worst caller. It's not something I take lightly. It's a little embarrassing.
And, of course, at the end of the call, after attempting to apologize.
You're lying to yourself if you did not have that thought.
Oh,
He just
couldn't help himself.
He couldn't take it home. He just couldn't do it.
You're lying to yourself if you did not have that thought.
I was shocked to see him go there. I just don't understand.
I'm not lying to myself. Are you lying to yourself?
No, I didn't have that thought.
By the way, every time he says 1.75, don't you think of Doc?
1.21
gigawatts, right? That's all I think of now.
That's just, it's troubling. All right. So many things to get to, folks. All right, let me start with. You want to start some NFL? What do you think?
Of course we do. It's football.
Yeah, that's no.
Ambassador Johnson?
No, it's football. All right, let's start here. The Jacksonville Jaguars, and my Washington Commanders will be the host teams for the NFL's 3 London games in 2026. The Jags will play 2.
Of course they will.
Yo.
They hate their fans.
No, listen.
They don't like Jacksonville.
Shad, Tony, the Cons, y'all are going too far. 2, that's not fair.
Home games.
2 home games in London?
They'll draw more there.
Well, listen,
Maybe you're right.
Aren't they telling you we're trying to create an exit strategy for Jacksonville?
Yeah. Yep.
I think Tom Bauer did stuff you missed today. Great job.
Okay.
On the morning show, and I think he said this is the 16th time they will play in London since like 07.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Well, Shad Khan's British, right? I'm pretty sure. I know he has a home.
I know
there.
there's a connection.
No, I know they have a home there.
To the UK.
I think Tony Khan lived. I think they lived there, or they own a soccer team also.
Yes.
There.
But do you think that has anything to do with it?
Oh yeah. I think part of it is that. I think no, Don. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
Right.
That they might want to go there, but I think part of that is their life is there, their business is there. It's their team. They're there is there.
And
there's no bigger fan of the teams than them.
And that's why I talk about the exit strategy, because it feels like they're the one team that doesn't complain about losing home games.
Right. Except they're fans.
Now, I don't think they have a problem selling the building out, but maybe they just don't care about their area.
Yeah. I do feel. I will say that in some ways, and this is a bit biased because I've been there and I've felt the vibe more, and because the UK, in some ways, London is like New York adjacent times.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL London games feel a little less yo-yo to me than like Munich or Barcelona, where
like out of place.
It feels a little less out of place. Even though, don't get me wrong, the UK is like the rest of Europe, soccer first, football first, however you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
No question. But they have, I remember my brother lived in England in 2000 or 2001, whatever it was. I think before 9/11, because he was here on 9/11. And I remember him talking about all the underground betting parlors for NFL football. It's big. People on Sundays, a lot of people enjoy NFL football in London. It's definitely a thing.
I believe that.
So these do feel
soccer is here.
Like soccer is here.
Yeah.
It does feel
There's
a little
a following.
But I don't know, Brazil was bizarre.
It's NFL in the wild.
Mexico, I'm maybe.
Yeah. Although Mexico's been a market for a while.
They have, and obviously there's a lot of U.S.-Mexico connections culturally, so sure. Yeah. But anyways,
you can get a resort cheap these days.
Too soon. I'm hearing that, though.
Kofi chimes in.
Kofi.
Tells us that their building is under construction this year, so maybe that's why they were willing to forfeit 2 home games because
so they're doing some renovation.
There's a renovation.
And they figure.
So you think they're doing it back-to-back? By the way, they have to, right?
Well, yeah, you want your team to stay
they're
over.
definitely doing back-to-back.
All right. So back-to-back's
Like
not that bad.
2 weeks in London.
And kind of a little cool if you're the player. You can kind of like post up there and you get to like experience it.
That explains why it's back-to-back for them. But every year they're out there, and you're not telling me it's a team that's going to actually get their fans to travel overseas. Here's what I think's happening. Here's my conspiracy theory. You ready?
Love it.
I think that they would put a team in London in a second for all the reasons Peter said. But they got to find another European city. They can't just send one team out there. They've got to send 2.
Agree.
Kind of like they did with the Giants and the Dodgers back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Can't just put the Dodgers in L.A. They had to send somebody out west with them.
Right.
And I think all of this, going to Munich, going to Barcelona, trying to see if there's another city.
Like what catches? Like something's got to take hold in another place.
And I'm not saying a team will move there. If a team did, it might be Jacksonville. But if they expand, it will be to that. They just can't do one city.
If you had to pick, like it seems like Paris is out. But, you have Spain as a possibility, right?
I don't know. Do we know which
Ireland,
one?
they tried. Could you see something there? Like just do 2 in the UK?
That's interesting.
You know what I mean?
Well, you go back to the old World League of American Football.
Oh, wow. Germany.
And they had the London Monarchs that did very well. The Barcelona Dragons.
That's
and
right.
Bounced it. They had the Rhine Fire. So that was Germany.
Yep.
But it felt like Barcelona to me.
Had some juice.
Seemed to work. That might be the second one.
Okay. I think we all agree it's inevitable in the NFL. In our lifetime, we're going to see it.
Well,
right?
somebody's
Would you say?
Do it, right?
I think so.
It just feels, especially with the NBA trying to create it's another part of its league in Europe.
How crazy would it be, by the way, if they felt the following was strong enough, went 2 in the UK?
You could do it.
That's too much.
Too aggressive?
I think it's too aggressive.
It's not that big a place, right? So maybe you do Munich or Barcelona.
And when are we going to get to the Concorde? Eventually didn't work, but you were getting to London in 2 hours.
Yeah.
You can't figure out a way.
I looked that up recently because I was telling Natalie about it.
Mm-hmm.
She was born in 1989. She didn't even know what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the Concorde was a thing, and then there was a terrible accident.
Right.
And I think value-wise, they just didn't think it made sense anymore. But yeah, Don, it was 2.5 hours, New York to London.
Crazy.
You know how game-changing that is?
Oh.
I remember hearing it. You guys remember hearing it?
Takes me 2 hours to get into the city sometimes.
Right.
I remember hearing it. Yeah.
And you'd be standing outside, and you'd be like, oh, it's the Concorde.
Yeah.
But it's a game changer for sports, too, because now if you can get to London in 2.5 hours, that's not a big deal.
Yeah. Well, it also means you can get to L.A. in 2.5 hours. Or 3, or whatever it is.
It just changes everything. But it feels like the NFL is way more set up to do it than the other sports. Because, again, it's once a week. In the NBA, forget baseball, because too many games, but even the NBA and NHL that has a lot of international cities that care about the league, you just can't put a team out there. The travel would just be crazy. But eventually getting to even 18 weeks is still enough. It's still a small enough sample where you can make it work. Just a matter of when.
Speaking of Washington playing a game there, maybe I'll go. They're playing in Tottenham Stadium. I wonder who they're getting.
Might be a fun trip.
It depends who they get. If it's another Miami-adjacent situation, that's just not very appealing to me.
You're not going to get a division
Minnesota,
one, right? So what would be sexy to you?
It's a home game for them, right?
Don't the Vikings go out there? Right? Who are they playing? What's on
we found out the Vikings are but it's a Vikings home game too.
Oh.
And that's Germany.
So you could get Atlanta.
I could see that.
The Bengals. The Colts. The Texans. The Rams. Or the Seahawks. And I assume that we're going to avoid the 3, but maybe not. Could be one of the NFC East teams.
No chance the Rams go out.
That's a lot.
That would be something.
That's a disadvantage, right? Fly the much farther flight.
Halfway across the world.
Wonder why they went commies again. But I'll say this. Let's be honest. I can talk about who they're playing. It has so much more to do with what their record is at the time.
Of course.
If the team's 5-1 and the next week is there, it's like, hey, Nat, should we do it?
Yeah.
If they're 2-5, you're going, I'm good. Yeah. Here's Dan Quinn on Jaden Daniels' mindset, by the way, after the injury-riddled season.
It's hard, like Jay only getting about 6 or 7 starts in this year. Like he didn't get to fully express who he is.
Yeah,
and
take that step forward. I wanted to see it.
Yes, and it's going to happen. Like he is an absolute savage competitor, man. Like we love everything about him, and so he's putting in that work right now to get ready with he and his teammates. But I love that he has things to prove, and those are good moments to be in as a player and as a coach. So we can't wait to get rolling.
If I can ask Peter a question.
God willing. Yes.
You may.
Now, obviously, they're disrespecting the Commanders this year.
Big time. No respect whatsoever.
Are they? So is that disrespect directed at the coach or the quarterback?
That's a great question. I think it is. We are not sure anymore. We thought you had the quarterback, which would have made us. We would have put your over-under at 9.5. Like, let's say it was a regular bad year, but Daniels had played the whole year and was pretty good. Then I think they end up like 8.5, 9.5, because when you have a good quarterback, that's basically what happens.
Yep.
But now we're not sure that he's the guy anymore or that he stays on the field.
It's like what they gave the Bengals. The Bengals are high over-under, right?
What are the Bengals?
I thought they were.
Don,
and
you asked a
you.
great question, but thank you. We love you.
And have a great game.
Oh, thank you. We will talk to you guys tomorrow from Pittsburgh.
Well, you will. Yeah.
Best arena to broadcast from.
That's right.
He's fired up.
Have fun.
You know he's back. Don on MSG tonight. Don't miss it. No, I can't remember. I thought the Bengals had a reasonably high.
Like 8.5 or something?
Yeah, something like that. And it's all
so,
Burrow.
That's
It's all
Burrow.
Burrow. So as Anthony will look it up. 9.5. See, that sounds ridiculous.
So you're telling me it's reasonable in your eyes to think that the Bengals will be 9.5 and the Commanders will be 3 full games behind them? That to me is you don't have faith the quarterback's playing.
That's literally what it is, because we've seen Joe Burrow make magic with not much, right? So is Daniels the guy or not? He'll prove it this year.
So and I just want to say one thing in closing on the Daniels injury thing.
Yeah.
2 of those injuries, one of which that hurt him badly, and the second one that finished the year.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was that bizarre play where he gets swung around and he just lands and looks like he broke his arm in half.
Yes, I remember that. The elbow bent the wrong way.
And again, a lot of people went, oh, well, this guy's just not physically. I'm like, to me, the fact that wasn't a full-on broken arm says he's actually a little bit more.
That's a good point. Is he a little more durable?
A little more durable than you think. The second one was in his first game back from that injury. He decided to chase down an interception, and while sprinting, got shoved like 8 feet in the air, landed on it again, and now they're like, okay, he probably could play again, but we're done.
We're going to shut this down.
So I just feel like while all of it sucked, I think it was just a bad Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events is how I view it.
Lemony, I will ask you this as a fan, and I wonder what anybody else is thinking as well on this, because I'm going through it right now with some Knicks fans when it comes to this season. Would you rather have high expectations because people love that? Oh, they think we're going to be great, and it kind of pumps your tires. Or would you rather?
No.
You know what? We're gonna come in quiet. You're not even going to see it. Don't even talk about us. I want you to already write us off. It's more fun that way.
Doesn't that have to be the better way?
Under-promise, over-deliver approach. So which way do you like it? Because some fans, they get mad. The national media disrespects us. They don't think we're any good. They never talk about us. And then it's like, but isn't it better to then get there when it matters and have everybody go, whoa, this team's good.
See,
like,
isn't that the beauty? That's it. Because it hypes up your team. They feel disrespected. Great.
Mm-hmm. Locks in a little more.
And your expectations are lower.
I've always believed in that. I've always been someone that anytime fans would get so mad, I can't believe they don't believe in us. Like, so what? Good. It's better that way. You'd rather be the team that's overhyped? Look at the Lakers right now. LeBron and Luka together on the court, not good. Bad. They had a bad loss last night. Looked terrible. And they have been bad pretty much all year. Now, they're not horrible because they have talent. But overall, when you consider the 2 guys they have on their team, and Austin Reeves is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of talent. Like, you should be like, people keep asking, are they a championship team? And you keep saying, no, they are not. But no one wants to let go of it because it's LeBron and it's Luka. So that's overhyping a team that when they get knocked out in the first round, you're going to be like, this team sucks.
Well, here's the mic drop. Look at Boston.
Yep.
Look at what the Celtics are doing.
Yep.
literally everyone said, well, they're taking the year off.
Yep.
They're going to stink this year.
Pay no attention.
There's nothing to see here.
And they won't go away. And every time you're like, yeah, I can't see this lasting. Well, we're already into almost March, and it's still happening.
No, it's clearly who they are.
Yeah.
And if the average, non-Celtic fan looks at their depth chart, there are plenty of names they're going, huh?
Who? Yeah. I defy you to tell me where any of those guys played in college.
Are you a big Ron Harper Jr. guy?
I do like Ron Harper Jr.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. Actually.
Do some of these make you feel so old?
Yeah. Of course they do. Many of these.
Ron Harper Jr.
I just look, you know what I look
born
at?
Born in 2000.
So that's what I look at. When you see the years of some of the players and when they were born.
Look at this guy. Have you seen Ron Harper's photo on his ESPN profile?
Is his hair like unkempt?
Yes, completely unkempt.
Yeah,
and his face looks like he was just burning one right 5 minutes.
Dylan Harper's brother. The local guy. They're Jersey guys. But yeah, I look at that stuff because in hockey, as you're growing up, they don't call you. They don't say your age. It's like what year you were born is who you are. So you're like Ballard's in '89, right?
No,
I'm a 71.
I'm a 79.
Right?
Natalie's.
I'm sorry, Natalie's is right.
I'm very close with Ballard.
Yeah. Okay.
Confusing him with Natalie.
No. It was
we have
recently. You said was born in '89. I was thinking, who's the last person he talked about? But yes, Natalie. Natalie's in '89, right? Yeah. I'm a 71. Right. Like that's what they would call you in the sport. So I always look for that, no matter what the sport is, and it's just crazy to go like.
And that goes.
He's an 04.
And that goes back to the conversation we had last week. Some would say troubling conversation with Michael about what his rotation would look like if he were single. Because, guys, there are videos that pop up on my algorithm of, like, dumb guys talking to girls on the street. And you'll see the girl, and your natural reaction as a human being with, things that work.
Hot or not.
Is you go, oh, goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, what year were you born?
Mm-hmm.
And the girl's like, 05.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Wow.
05, you said. 05.
My career is older than you.
Yeah, my career, I was into, I'd been on a microphone for 8 years already.
It's wild,
No,
man.
05.
Yeah.
And to think now that someone born in 07 is 19. Like, nah, bro. I can't talk. Respectfully, tough to have a conversation with someone.
Gracie's 08.
She's 08.
08. April. She'll be 18. Not great.
08.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was that a real year people were born?
Tell me about it.
Although Maya was born in 2025.
Just wait. Just wait.
Let's see. I'm trying to, if you missed it earlier, I only played you guys the drop, but you didn't get the full thing. This was the full end of the Lang call, where he called to apologize for his Kenny Albert.
He's getting a lot of airtime.
Well, this was very good.
And I don't think I'm that much brighter than any of your callers, but I had the thought, why isn't the announcer saying anything, watching the puck in the back of the net? So I apologize with the caveat that by me having that thought, it ruined the moment for me. I'm sorry.
Well,
it did. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself if you did not have that thought.
See, he could have this took a turn. This took a turn.
No.
He blew it. He blew it.
If he just stopped.
He couldn't.
But then he added right? He just took it too far.
Sidney Crosby to the IR.
Yeah.
A month.
It's lower body they're calling it?
So
That
sprain.
looked like a knee sprain.
Yeah.
The way that bent under him, that's hey.
So you got that, not ideal. Some odds here to win the NBA's MVP have tightened recently.
All right, let me see. Number one, is SGA still number one? All right, is Jokic 2?
That's correct.
Here's where it gets interesting.
Or they're tied maybe. Oh, no. Sorry. SGA is minus 125.
125.
Joker's plus 310.
Plus 310. Okay. So third now.
That's all I have.
Oh, you don't have any?
Hold on. Give me a second.
Third?
I don't have them on here, but I'm going to pull them up. Go ahead.
Third to me is the biggest one of all. Jokic is one. If he misses one more game, he's no longer eligible.
Really?
Yes. So that you got to watch that. SGA could be the voter fatigue thing that does happen.
Both of them might not qualify.
Yeah, he might not qualify.
He's also
he has like
close.
5 or 6 games.
Yeah,
I think.
well, I think he'll keep playing.
Cade Cunningham plus 450.
Right,
that might be the one.
I was going to guess.
Cade Cunningham.
That's where I was going to guess.
Well, he ruined it.
Right. Thanks for letting me.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. And then and your guy, Jaylen Brown, should be in the top 5 of that as well.
I don't. Is he?
He should be.
Yes, he is.
All right, good.
He should be.
You want to guess?
Yeah. Well, he's not 4th. I would put him 5th.
No, who's fourth then?
Luka?
Nope.
Wemby.
Yes.
Oh, Wemby. What the hell is wrong with me?
Get it together.
What is wrong with me? Oh, but this is also good for his mentals.
Right.
And but this is also good for his mentals.
Right.
And he's got to also come to like, yeah, I'm ready. And I don't know. Like it hasn't been a year.
And I think the way you play it out, you got to play it out.
He's in the prime of his career.
No, you don't want to be stupid. You don't want to be stupid. You want to play it out, see where they go in the playoffs. If they end up going to the conference finals, maybe have a conversation about it, because that's a big difference. It could be an extra month. It could be an extra month of play if they get through 2 rounds.
But then you also don't want to disrupt. I don't want to be the guy that disrupts everything here, right? If it's working that well, you really want to disrupt what's going on? He's not going to be up to speed. You know how long it takes a player to get
that level
back to that level where these guys have been playing all year? That's tough. But
it was like me coming off of paternity leave.
Just like that.
Yeah.
I might, out of anyone, what's Wemby's number? Plus what?
Plus 2,000.
And Jalen's plus 2,800.
I think Wemby's got a shot.
It's sexy for the league.
Cade should be, but because that's not sexy. But Wemby is when it comes to what, like, I test all of it. And they're number 2 in the West.
It's reasonable.
That's not nothing.
That'll do it for ENN. Brought to you by
good.
Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or the CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Let's load up the phones of the Last Call crew. Any topic you want on the table. And we got a short program. We got another few minutes, so we'll talk to you on the other side.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet. From director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes, the AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VAN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VAN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VAN.
There's Ring the Alarm.
More Fushniks.
Very unique duo, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fushnikins. Hey, game time, everybody, is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, Peter.
Here's Johnny.
I thought you were going to do like, Here's Johnny, like in that.
That's how I'm doing it.
Yeah, okay. Coverage of St. John's UConn immediately follows us here in just moments. In fact, I believe in 9 moments or minutes. On 880. The Devils, of course, that's where Don is. Back in action. That's right. We got the games again. At the Rock, they take on the Sabres at 7 o'clock, 7:08 puck drop. Maybe a little bit later. They're going to do a little pregame stuff, of course, with the Olympians and Jack Hughes. So you want to tune in on MSG if you can. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey.
Yeah, you bet your ass.
Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Jonathan in L.A., part of the Last Call crew. Jonathan, how are you?
Well. If it ain't Allen Wyatt Theodore III, I'll tell you what, boy. Look, I've been a Yankee fan since 1996. And back in those days, it would never happen what's happening right now. Now, Peter, let me tell you something. I know you had the same thoughts my daughter had at number 45. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
And Allen, what do you think? You think them baseball boys USA team is going to get the same love that the USA hockey team gets?
First thing I'm going to tell you, Jonathan, is don't expose me as the Southerner that I am. I'm proud Southern man.
He knows you.
Proud Southern man that I am. Second of all, you know we don't like no damn Yankees.
That's right.
You know we don't like any Yankees.
No baseball team.
None of that stuff. No. That was actually pretty good.
Which baseball? You saying, Jonathan?
The World Baseball Classic. Can the American, the U.S. team,
if they won?
That was actually Jonathan from Southern Jonathan.
No, Jonathan from Louisiana.
Jonathan from LA.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Yeah, do you guys think that the USA team, the WBC team, the one Eric Judge is playing baseball, do you think it's gonna get eventually when it builds up? Let's say they play Japan in the finals. Do you think it's gonna get that same attraction that the USA hockey team gets eventually? And yeah, Peter, what do you think about my daughter emotions? Thank you so much, guys. Great show as always.
Your daughter's an adorable, expressive, and a very correct individual. And as for
World Baseball Classic, I don't think it comes anywhere near.
Well, A, it's not the Olympics, and B, again, we're the favorites. It's not the same. You remove the dog part of it, It's not the same. It doesn't hit the same.
No.
Why shouldn't the U.S. win?
Yeah,
the
actually,
WBC?
It might be more annoying if they don't.
I don't know if we're favorites.
Well, but one of the favorites.
But yeah, and also they won in 2017, so we're not waiting 46 years like we did.
That's another.
And also a lot of people don't care about the World Baseball Classic. But although I enjoyed it. But who would be the outright favorite?
Well, Japan beat us in 2023.
Okay,
I'd say probably them.
So Japan,
yeah,
Dominican Republic will be up there.
I would expect that.
Cuba, I imagine, is pretty good. But like the U.S., Venezuela's good.
Of course.
Puerto Rico's another one.
Oh wow, loaded field.
But the U.S. is still the come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's U.S. and Japan.
But so do we get to a point where when you get to the knockout round, are we talking about it? Are we debating it?
I think
you think we'll care this much? I don't remember
the last one on the K show.
Yeah, I wasn't.
And I think Michael was gone then too. Correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony. I could be wrong.
Spring training,
but I feel like maybe he just wasn't around much because of that.
Yeah,
I feel like it really did pick up last time.
I apologize. I apologize to Peter and my family. USA on DraftKings is favored -115. Japan is +330. I'm shocked, to be honest.
You're shocked.
No, it's the U.S. Come on.
They just lost them 3 years ago.
We're
They still have Ohtani. He ain't gone anywhere.
We're America.
It's America.
Yeah.
To you and
We
me.
stormed Normandy.
Yeah.
Remember we had
Division
that?
in Normandy.
What was that, Dabo? Was that
We do have
Dabo?
that. We stormed Normandy. Yeah, first of all, I don't think you can compare it to the Olympic moment. You can't compare it to a gold medal game in the Olympics. Now, will it get a better rating than a peak at 26 million? Would it do that?
No. It won't.
You don't even think that many people are going to tune into it?
No.
Because it would be at a normal time, I'm sure.
It would have to be that like something happens to build the intrigue.
Yeah.
And then it's us versus Japan.
26 million is a lot.
A lot.
For a baseball game that doesn't count.
Did the World Series, did any game hit 26? It was right around there, right?
I thought.
Didn't Game 7 hit like 28?
Yeah, I thought it was a
That
pretty
was the
big
World
number.
Series Game 7.
The one that went. Yeah.
That had the Dodgers in it.
Right.
Too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I want to care. I probably will care. It will matter at some point.
Sure.
But I don't know. When, Anthony, when would like the championship game be? It's got to be like March-ish.
Let's find out.
And it's got to be coming up soon. What is it, a week-long thing? Like, what are we?
27.3 million.
Yeah. 51 worldwide.
Oh, 51 worldwide pulling.
Yeah. Because I can't imagine this is going to go bleed.
You've got the final on the 17th of March.
Right before March Madness begins. Smart. So mid-March. Oh, it's on. So wait, it's on St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
And it's this year?
Yeah.
We're coming up on
It's happening.
Yeah.
Judge is in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
happening.
coming up right now?
Yeah.
It's happening.
You know what? It is fun, though, because spring training respectfully sucks.
How dare you?
And early baseball is, it's okay.
Nah.
This will be fun. That's some like fun baseball to watch.
It could, yeah, it gives you a little something.
And
the appetizer for the season.
What Mets are in it?
Well, see, Lindor's not, but he wasn't going to be anyway because I think a lot of the guys on the Puerto Rican side couldn't get the insurance for their contracts.
Oh, wow.
So that kind of makes it a little tough.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, just which Met are we praying doesn't get hurt this year? That's all you can
wow.
remember.
Well, Diaz will be back in it. We know that, and he's not there anymore. But
that was bad. Yeah, that was definitely a bad memory. Well, but still.
Remind me tomorrow. We have 20 seconds left.
Yes, we do.
Anthony, will you remind me tomorrow that we did not talk about the new nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Fun thing to get to tomorrow.
Peter, we didn't talk about the nominees.
A fun thing to get to. Also reminding everybody, as we head to St. John's coverage, March 13th, we'll be at the Irish Exit Moynihan Train Hall. Come hang out with us. Big East Tournament. Enjoy the game. We will see you tomorrow.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
It's crazy to see how much everyone's changed at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than